Said there's
When I said that I have two dudes in my room right now, yeah.
and you're videotaping.
And one of them's laying in bed and the other one's about to get in the shower.
Ooh, baby.
Chris.
Did you really think that life would get much easier? Boy, you were fucking wrong. 9 to 5 and a shitty job, still living home with your dad and mom. Nothing isn't fun no more. You're going bald and your joints are sore. Drink us up, but the shit shows you dead. You may have lost the will to live. Don't give up and don't give in. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. You gotta lose to win.
Our most recent interview that we just published was the most unhinged interview we have ever done on Scott.
Until tonight.
There was no talk about music or
Until tonight.
talk about music.
No pressure.
It was wild, but it's gotten the most
Matt said a lot of wild things during the interview. I can tell you that.
It's gotten a little more interaction online than our usual interviews. So I'm thinking we might want to start going off the deep end.
I mean, no pressure, but they were naked, Chris. So you might be naked.
You want me to take my clothes off?
You might as well. I mean, we don't publish the video, so it would just be.
Do you
Us,
want
I
me
guess?
to strip?
Are you at the funeral home right now?
It looks like
I am. I am.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing you without a hat on. That's what's blowing my mind.
That's a valid point.
I can fix that real quick. It's a stupid work hat, though.
Oh, I see a boy detective shirt. This is the Skull show.
Yeah.
Tell us about the boy detective while you're doing your thing.
Are you talking about him or me?
No, I don't.
They're
both
both
are wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, except his is a tank top.
His is like a little blurry. Oh, is his just colored in? And yours
How'd
is
you
not.
get the colored in version? I want that
Yeah.
version.
I think he has connections that we don't have.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought Benny was family to us too, but I guess
You know somebody in the
real
band?
family comes first. So does somebody always have to be there?
No. Well, there actually is an apartment upstairs where Benny has a twin identical brother. If you haven't met him, his name's Nick. He's in my band. He lives up there right now with his family.
Oh.
And it's an amazing apartment. Like if I blindfolded you and took you up there, you would have no idea you were in a funeral home. It's
Do you think
crazy.
there's any ghosts?
I've been running around here since a kid. I have never seen a ghost. I've never seen anything creepy or spooky. The thing is I've always been told that ghosts typically reside where they die.
Right. Yeah.
So nobody's ever passed away here, as far as I know.
Yeah,
so
they don't want to interact with you. They want to interact with either their enemies or their loved ones.
Wait. So Benny has a twin brother. So this whole time when you were performing as Dads on Couches, and I thought that Benny was coming out and like doing songs with you guys. Really, it wasn't. It was the twin brother. You're telling me.
Well, they actually. So Benny actually
doesn't even exist in Boy Detective, is what you're telling us. That's really.
Wouldn't that be funny though? Like, wouldn't
if
it be
there was
funny
not really a Benny and he lied to us?
Right.
Yes.
Like Nick
He
just like
stayed in my
changes his
house.
hat and he like has like a fake hair thing with the blonde in it and stuff.
I want to know which one is the evil one.
I don't know. I want to know what's going to happen when
twins.
It gets all big.
If somebody would know which one is the evil one, it would be Chris.
Yeah, he would. We should ask him that question.
I'm about to. I'm waiting for it.
Did you bring props? I think he's hooking up like weird torture devices at the funeral home. That's weird.
Brian's in this trunk looking for a hat.
Like so everyone has a hat.
In the trunk looking for a hat. What does that hat say? Let me say it.
Where's Jess's hat? It's not anything cool. It's
you're a gatekeeper.
No, Cedar Point.
It all makes sense.
Roller coaster.
Oh, Cedar Point.
Right.
Shit, I should have got a picture when he was walking up because he looked like a ghost. Damn it.
I think he's hugging a dead body right now. I can't be for sure. But whoa, that body is naked. What is he doing?
This looks like a scene that you would see in episode in those movies. Those scary movies where they recorded everything.
Yeah,
Paranormal Activity.
Like Paranormal Activity, yes.
Yeah.
You know, Christian and Ox like to watch that shit in bed. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep and you're watching Ghost Avengers and shit. Like,
Yeah. It's the best
yeah,
time to do it.
Are you back? We've been
I
talking.
am back. I am so sorry about that, everybody.
you are
We've been
good.
talking shit about you for like the last 5 minutes.
I'm used to it.
All
No,
right, cool.
I do have a question though that everybody really needs to know the answer to.
Yep.
Which one is the evil one?
Of
The evil twin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody would know, I feel like it'd be you, Capali, because you've known them their whole lives. You should know the ins and outs. Which one's the evil one?
Okay, so I'm going to be honest.
He doesn't exist.
I think it's Benny.
Oh,
One of the two.
Oh, he
think
has
it's
the
Benny.
dark side.
That's
I like it.
Because Benny up front is very charismatic and fun and friendly, and secretly behind closed doors, evil, pure
Oh,
evil.
shit.
oh.
Hey, it's good to know.
Remember that, Jess, when he's being nice to us.
And
Yeah.
then when you meet Nick, which I believe you all have,
Yeah.
Nick is he's quiet, he's reserved, he's kind of, but like he's a teddy bear. I swear, he's a super fluffy teddy bear, very kind, big heart. No, they're both amazing. I'm kidding. Benny is incredible.
Benny has no heart.
Benny is you get what you see with Benny. Benny is bouncing all over the place. He's very energetic, very charismatic. Nick is pulled back, but it's there. You're lucky to see like little glints of it. You got to get to know him before he's not going to let you get down into the core unless you really know him.
Who would win in a death match, do you think?
Nicholas. Dr. Nick.
Who didn't even like
Dr. Nick.
need a moment to think about that.
No hesitation
Nick is
whatsoever,
shredded, dude.
Nice.
Are you older
Nick's
than
built
them
like
or younger?
I'm older.
He's a teddy bear that will eat you alive if it comes down to it.
He's a teddy bear built like a football player that will eat you alive. And Nick is also, out of all of us, is probably the most loyal. So like you don't want to cross him. Like you don't cross Nick. He'll get you. Get you with those paws.
Until no death matches.
All right. Well, we're not going to make this whole podcast about your brothers. We're here to talk about you and your band,
So
which includes one of your brothers.
I feel like there was a point to this interview.
You got
Have
your hat on.
we even introduced our guest yet?
We are going to. We always
all
have
have
to
hats.
start with
You're
something.
grabbing your
crazy.
stuff. I figured.
we all have hats, but Jess. With that being said, Ryan, in case anyone's listening this one time, you want to tell them what they're listening to and who we are?
They're listening to Ska Talk with Skagazine. And
Where are they? Is this something new, maybe?
it is, isn't it?
Is this a Be the Scene episode?
Is this our first Be the Scene episode?
I think it might be.
Oh, this is awesome.
Shit. He's popping our cherry.
Opening new doors.
When you say Skagazine, do you know what it reminds me of? All I can hear in my mind is like something like that, right? Like like I just like, right?
Are you a big ska fan?
Right?
Not masturbation.
Are you more of a ska fan or a
Double?
punk fan?
Punk. I'm being honest, punk. I love ska,
Okay.
I do, but I am more
My
punk.
core
I grew
is
up with more punk.
My core is definitely punk, and the ska that I like the most is very punky or heavy ska.
Well, Suicide Machines, honestly, is one that I've followed my entire life. But I don't know if you count them as.
I'm just
hate
kidding.
the Suicide Machines? Are you kidding me?
I love them.
They're incredible.
Just kidding.
They're incredible.
They're like my second favorite band. You know.
I remember when I was a teenager and I went and seen Suicide Machines. I believe it was at St. Andrews Hall, and the show was great. It was packed. But at the end of the show, they said, hey, we're going to play at Alvin's tomorrow night. And if you come, tickets are going to be dirt cheap. I actually never been to either venue. So that was the first time I was at St. Andrews Hall. And so me and my buddies bought the tickets to Alvin's. We went the next night, and it was just a small, little, intimate, like, bar. And I'll never forget, Jay was out in the audience most of the show. He was swinging his microphone. At one point, he went around somebody, was pretending like he was like lassoing them and hanging them. And I was like, this is crazy. Because like I've seen other bands, and don't get me wrong, bands are great and all, but like I like the dramatics, the theater of it. You know, like I like the dancing and the movement and the craziness and the outfits and all that. I love theater. So to have something like that blew my mind, because up to that point, any other band I saw, they were on stage, they were in their spot, they were playing their thing, and they were flawless and they were great and incredible, still worth going to see. And then I saw Suicide Machines and it was like, what the hell did I just watch? And I fell in love with that energy, and like that's why I love The Boy Detective, and that's something that like I'm trying to bring to my band. I want to be electric. I want to be crazy. I don't care if I look like a jackass. I want to be fun. I want to be dancing, rolling around. Like
Jumping in
that.
pools. The first time I saw
Yes,
you were jumping
yes.
in the pool.
It's going to happen again too. It's going to happen. I am so excited. It's going to happen again. But that's the whole thing. It's like, that's to me, like when you go to see a show, when you have that energy and that those electric performances, you don't forget them. And that was Suicide Machines for me. And like I said, the first night at St. Andrews Hall, they were amazing. They were high energy. They were crazy. But at Alvin's, I don't know, it was like opening up the cage and everything just like flowing out. They were even crazier, even more zany. And it was just, I'll never forget that. And I have a dollar bill signed by Jay, but I have no idea where it is. I'm embarrassed to say. In the multiple moves I've made over the years, I have no clue where the dollar bill is, and I feel bad. But I do have a dollar bill.
Maybe you can get another one someday.
I hope so. That'd be really cool. That'd be really, really cool.
If you were to leave that dollar bill to somebody in their will, who would it be?
If I was
So let's say you came across it. Let's say you came across it in a shoebox from way back when, and like you wanted to leave that treasure that got you into punk behind to somebody. Who would that somebody be?
My eldest daughter, who I legally adopted back in 2015, I've gotten her into punk, so she does listen to punk. Not as much as I do, and she likes a lot of the newer stuff that I'm not even aware of. But she does enjoy punk. She does listen to the classics. I got her into Misfits. I got her into Ramones. I got her into like the basics, and she just kind of took it and ran.
The Clash,
Sex Pistols. She really likes Crass, actually. That was one that I was shocked about. She's really into Crass. But like, I would give it to her in hopes that, someday she would give it to her, get your kids into punk rock and pass it down to them. So yeah, probably my eldest daughter I'd give it to.
Very cool.
How many kids do you have?
So I have 3, and then my fiance has 2. So once we get married, which we're getting married in September, I will be part of 5. I'll have 5
Do
children.
any of them play music?
Now, no, not yet. I know my daughter Marvel has talked about getting into music. My daughter Delphine has talked about getting into music. Eve never really. I think at one point she was talking about learning drums. I'm a drummer too, by the way. I don't drum in this band, but I remember having conversations with Eve when she was younger about teaching her drums. It just never happened. She would noodle around on them, but I'm sorry.
Wait, what band are you in?
I'm in currently.
You got really side railed.
Oh wait, we didn't
really
introduce
side
him
railed.
yet.
We didn't even introduce
All the way back. You said that last interview was crazy, right? You had an interview earlier that you were like, "That's the craziest unhinged interview," right? So I'm just gonna be nuts.
Let's start over. Who the fuck are you? Let's start with that.
My name is Chris Capaul.
Thank you. Why are you on this podcast, Chris?
I am the lead singer for Dads on Couches, and you 3, by the way, are all amazing people who I have met all personally, and I really, really appreciate you bringing me on because that's incredible. You 3 are.
You're our first non-ska interview, right?
I know and that's so cool. Like, I cannot believe that I have. So that's the thing. It's like, and I have to say this now before I forget to say this because it's important. I really, really appreciate the 3 of you. What you're doing is incredible. It means the world. I love having an opportunity to tell my story and kind of share what we're doing and whatnot. So I cannot thank you enough. But I also want your viewers, your listeners, anybody who interacts with you know that I know these 3 people. I've bumped into them at shows. I've had conversations online. We poke each other on Facebook. These are phenomenal people. And please like, support, follow, anything you can. Keep this going because this is amazing. And the fact that, yes, that I get to be kind of like the first punker is amazing.
It's time for us to branch out because we love punk just as much as we love ska. And there's so many great punk bands that we wanted to talk to for the past year or so. And we're like, well, we are not a punk podcast. But now I think we may talk about alternating and doing another series.
Well, and I kind of feel like punk and ska, we're kind of in the same family. There's
We
so many
are.
connections, and
It's kind of like
you know,
dogs and cats,
yeah,
right?
sure,
Same
it's
thing.
it's good. I like that.
That wasn't a good analogy, but thank you for sticking up.
I was trying to have your back there. I was
I know,
trying.
and I
They
appreciate
were like complete opposites, Eric.
I'm kind of hoping every time Punk Rock Ryan shows up, he either takes his hat off or puts it back on. I'm waiting for that to happen because I'm not seeing him as often as I'm seeing Jess and Eric. So like all of a sudden he'll be like in his car, and I'm like waiting for the hat to be off and then on and then off.
I can totally do that.
So
Wait, no,
I love you,
I
Punk Rock
totally
Ryan.
jumped out of the camera though.
there you go. All right,
A
so
little
Chris,
better. I'll work on it though. It'll get better throughout the interview. Don't worry.
we had one of your brothers on with us about a year ago, and he had sent us this like Excel sheet of all the different like people who have been in all the different bands that have led to his band.
Oh wow.
And I believe your name was on there in a couple of the bands. So tell us a little bit about your history. So start with, if you don't mind. Well, I hope you don't mind because otherwise I'm doing a shitty job. But so before we get into the bands that you've been in, what was that first band? What bands brought you into a love for music? What was the first LP, CD, cassette that you owned
Oh.
that you were like, I love music. Music is more than just what my parents listened to.
I can honestly say it was Aerosmith's Get a Grip. That was the first cassette tape that I had that I listened to start to finish over and over and over. And we're talking early grade school here. I had saw they did a music video for Crying, and I think I either saw it on MTV or VH1. And again, Steven Tyler, I remember being like, I want to be like him someday. I want to have long hair. I want to have tattoos. I want to be able to sing like that. And that's what actually got me into music was Aerosmith, honestly.
So Crying, was that one of the Alicia Silverstone, Liv Tyler videos? I don't. Yeah, that made us all love Aerosmith. Let's be honest, but
And it's like it's kind of got like a doo-wop, like it's got like a 50s rockabilly, like doo-woppy kind of like a bluesy kind of thing to it too, which I'm a big fan of doo-wop. I love that as well. But I remember being like Steven Tyler for the longest time was like my God, like my hero, the person I wanted to be, you know. Aside from like obviously like my father is my role model, and I've met a lot of amazing people in life that I would consider role models and whatnot, but like as a celebrity was like, I want to be this man. I want to grow up to be like this guy that just unapologetic, dresses, all floral print, long hair, tattoos. Like that was amazing. Earrings, amazing to me. And that's what got me into music initially.
and when was that?
What's your favorite video?
Favorite music video for Aerosmith would probably be I don't know, Loving an Elevator is a lot of fun. That's a good one. I love Crying. I love Crazy. Crazy's amazing. That's another one with Alicia Silverstone and Liv Tyler. Yep. That one's really fun too. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Eat the Rich is a great one. There are a lot of good ones, but yeah, Aerosmith really rocked me growing up. Just that's what's honestly what started it all. Steven Tyler.
And how did you
Steven Tyler PJs?
Steven Tyler PJs. We said it at the same time. We said it. If you play it back, it was the same time. Steven Tyler PJs. I love Pauly Shore too. So Biodome.
Are we playing categories right now? I think we are. Can I jump in?
Stop wheezing the juice, man.
We haven't got there yet, Jess.
Yeah, but I think we're playing already.
I was going to ask him. I had brought up the database. We're about to ask him about all the kind of his road to Dads on Couches.
Okay, that's fine.
So how did you end up with Dads on Couches? What is the roadmap that took you there? You went from Alicia Silverstone to Art Simpson. So what? How did that happen?
So in high school, I learned how to play drums, and I was part of the band in high school. I did, drum kit for jazz and concert and whatnot. I did cymbals one year. I did bass drum one year, and I just really love playing drums. So my parents bought me a kit. I believe it was the Tama Swing Star was the first drum kit that I had. And I wanted to join a band. And at the time, I knew some local kids that also wanted to start a band. And we had our first emo collaboration, and it was called A Beautiful Kind of Tragedy, or ABCOT.
Perfect emo name for a band.
ABCOT, yeah, Beautiful Kind of Tragedy, right? It was, and it was fun. It was fun, and we did a lot of covers, and we had a handful of originals. We did play a few like barn shows and basement shows, but it never really took off. And we honestly, we weren't that great. I mean, I was still learning how to play drums, and we were all teenagers, so you know, you do the best you can with with what you got. And then shortly after that, I got asked to join a punk band. At the time, I was listening to, so this was like fast forward several years later, I was listening to a lot of NoFX. And a couple of buddies of mine in high school, we wanted to start a punk band, and we started a band called 1 Inch Brigade. And again, played a handful of shows, had some really rough recordings. And in at the same time I was doing that, my brothers Nick and Ben had started their own band called An Old Milwaukee Shuffle, or AOMS. So I was in a band, they were in a band, and we were trying to get shows together and like collab and do stuff. And just it didn't end up working out in the band that I was in. So I remember having a conversation with my brothers and saying, and the same thing with them, like they liked their band, but same thing, it wasn't moving anywhere, it wasn't going anywhere, their members weren't taking it seriously. And I was getting to the point where I was hungry. I was like, if we're going to do this, I want to do this. I want to play shows, I want to record music, I want to have merchandise, I want to give it my all. And they felt the same way. Nick and Ben felt the same way. So we had this meeting, and it was basically, hey, why don't we drop the bands that we're in and we'll start a brother band.
Yeah.
And then I had shifted from, I was listening to a lot of NoFX-esque punk, still listen to it to this day, but at the time that was kind of like my go-to. I had shifted to Misfits. I actually stumbled on the Misfits completely on accident, fell in love with them. I love horror. I grew up in a funeral home. It just makes sense. My body's covered in horror tattoos. I love horror movies. And I fell head over heels in love with Misfits. And this was before I knew there was a Danzig era and a Jerry Only era and a Michael Gray. I mean, I had one CD. It was Cuts from the Crypt, if I'm not mistaken. It was like kind of like a greatest hits of like B sides and stuff. I had Monster Mash cover was on there, and New York Rangers. There's like a hockey theme song on there. Just a bunch of like wild Misfits songs, but it was a phenomenal album, and I loved it. And I told my brothers, I was like, why don't we start a horror punk band? Nobody else around here is doing it. It'll be awesome. We'll surprise people. It'll be great. And we came up with a band called Spaghetti Zombies. And true to that, we did that for a while. And unfortunately, nobody liked us. Nobody from our area. Nobody liked. Well, we grew up in like a rural area.
That was going to be my question. You grew up in Ida, right?
We grew up in Ida. Yes, live in Ida. Yes.
Was there like an audience for horror punk or even punk in Ida, Michigan?
It's predominant. Even to this date, it's country.
Yep.
It's classic rock, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not anything underground. It's not anything wild or vivacious or crazy. It's the classics, or it's country. It's contemporary country. I mean, in even country, like growing up, like I liked, cowboy, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. Like I like the cowboy country. I don't identify and connect with country today. I just can't. Not that I'm not saying they're talented, or it's just not for me. But that's basically what Ida is. And that's actually also most of Monroe County, unfortunately. So a lot of the surrounding cities and towns that we live by is predominantly country and classic rock, southern rock, stuff like that.
It's the same in Central Michigan. It took me forever to find punk, because that was all I ever heard growing up was, that brand of country and classic rock, like Doors and Pink Floyd and, Who and stuff like that, Foreigner, whatever. And those
your Eagles.
Yeah, all it ever was. And there was no scene. There was nobody that was playing punk shows or anything like that anywhere near me. That's even to this day, I still got to drive down to Detroit to go see something.
And it's sad, and that was kind of the case for us too. Like if we wanted to see punk rock shows or any kind of crazy shows or fun shows, you're going to Detroit. You know, you're going to, I'm trying to think. I will say, in Benny's band, the Boy Detective, their guitarist Nick Good, he grew up in Dundee, which was just a click away from here. And I know he was doing punk bands, so he was another one like us that was kind of trying to get punk mainstream in our area. He was in Machine Always Wins, the Cardinals, Come On. Like he had a bunch of punk bands too, but he was predominantly Dundee and we were predominantly Ida. And every once in a while we would cross paths. But other than that, you had to go to, like you said, you had to go to Detroit or you had to go to Ann Arbor or you had actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, most of the shows, punk shows that I went to growing up were in Flint. I remember going to Flint local all the time. All the time. A lot of I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw the Blood Brothers in Flint, and I fell in love with them. I think I saw them. I think I saw them in an underground show, like a basement show, in bands like Alucard and Cheetos, and like a lot of those. Like around the time they were playing basement shows and old clubs that they turned into punk venues and stuff. It was crazy. But Flint was really where I would go to see punk, unless I'm going to Detroit to see a big band like Suicide Machines or NoFX, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, Jess, category it up.
Categories.
Do your thing, Jess.
Is that a thing? But this is being the scene.
I know, it's a punky gordy. We're just gonna throw out some random questions to you.
And it's not about farming. Go for it.
Would you rather be a spoon or a fork, and why?
A fork, because then I can go around saying, "Go fork yourself." Fork you, asshole.
Like from Toy Story, Forky. Oh, that's great. That's not my real question though. But Jamie asked that in our last interview. We had some guest hosts, and that was fun. My real question was, if you could work with any artist or band, living or dead, broken up, whatever, who would they be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Don't say Boy Detective. That's really just like.
Oh, stop it! It's not the Boy Detective. He can do that whenever he wants.
Yeah.
No, that's
okay.
not the answer.
Let's see.
You can't go with Aerosmith because we already talked about Aerosmith.
I mean, but it can be Aerosmith.
I
mean,
like, are you
like being a gatekeeper?
I just said it couldn't be Aerosmith.
Coming from the man wearing the gatekeeper hat.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Is he wearing a gate? Is Ryan wearing a?
Yes.
What is that? Oh, it says it's Cedar Point. You're wearing a roller coaster hat. Literally the gatekeeper. It's amazing.
It is.
Fun fact: my favorite roller coaster there. I love that you go through the keyholes. That's so cool. I thought that was so clever. So clever.
Yep.
And you think you're going to hit it every time, and you never get close. But you think you're going to hit it.
You get kind of close, but you do think that you're going to hit it every time.
So are you asking like me being like a lead singer of a band, or just working collab with any band?
Like any type of
doesn't
collab
matter.
you could do with whoever you want to do it with. You could be playing drums with them. You could be a lead singer, whatever. What artist do you wish that you had a chance to work with?
It cannot be Gigi Allen because everybody picks Gigi Allen.
I have never heard that answer on our show, but this is our first punk episode.
The problem with Gigi Allen is you're going to walk away covered in shit, piss, and blood. So I don't
want that.
I don't know if you want Gigi Allen.
At least what you deal with in a funeral home doesn't piss or shit, right? Or bleed.
I would now, going back to Gigi Allen, though, I got to be honest, going back to Gigi Allen, if you had an opportunity to see that, though, I'm telling you, you would remember that forever. You will not forget walking away from a Gigi Allen show. I have gonorrhea or
true story, and I cannot remember the name of the band or where I saw it, but his touring band is out right now, like doing shows.
Really?
Really?
They have the tagline.
How old are they?
Backup band for Gigi Allen. Like, who fucking admits to that?
That's wild. I did not know that. That's definitely a fun fact.
Yeah, for
real.
That's
a fun fact.
All right, so who would it be? It's probably not Gigi Allen, maybe.
No, I would say. Can I throw a couple? Can I do a couple?
Sure. Yeah, why not? We break rules all the time.
Eric's the only gatekeeper here.
I mean, I am wearing the.
That's the guy
Oh,
wearing
wait,
the gatekeeper
wait.
hat, right?
Yeah, I'm not the one wearing the gatekeeper hat.
The roller coaster.
Yeah,
What is it?
that's what all the
America's
gatekeepers
rock
say.
and roller coast. Don't they say that? Like
Rock and
or
Roller
something?
Coaster had the
America's
Aerosmith.
rock and roller coast.
Yeah, like, have you been on Rock and Roller Coaster?
No, and I heard they got rid of it. I heard it's gone. Like it's a
They're
Looney
making it
Tunes thing now or
Muppets
something.
Yeah,
Muppets,
like,
yes.
I love the Muppets, but it used to be Aerosmith.
Aerosmith also had a
You see my
Sega Genesis game too.
Do you see I
Crazy.
have a cat with me? Look,
I do.
Hi, Kitty.
it looks
What-
like your cat's, Jess.
I know. I
What's
have
the
two
cat's
black
name?
cats.
Binks.
Minx?
Binks with a B.
Oh, thanks.
Binks, like Zachary Binks.
I don't know who that is, but sure.
It should be Beaks.
I didn't name the cat either. That's Amanda's
It's not your cat. It's Amanda's cat.
All right, so I am sorry. We've been talking
Oh,
about this.
we
for
just
like
got
23
totally
minutes.
off guard.
So as a vocalist, as a lead singer, there are a few vocalists like throughout the course of my life that I kind of have crafted the way that I sing and how I want to sing and how I want to present myself. One of the
Right.
big ones has nothing to do with punk, kind of, not really. I love the band Typo Negative, and Peter Steele was like one of the lowest and highest singing vocalists out there. I loved, and he was like almost 7 foot tall, so just very domineering, would come out, just blow your mind from his aura and his presence. But his like, he could do like Gregorian chant style vocals to the slowest metal you'll ever hear. If you don't know Typo Negative, you don't listen to Typo Negative, which is totally cool. Like I'm telling you, you're experiencing a type of metal you've never heard before. It is like the deepest, darkest metal that you can hear. But then on the flip side of the coin, they also mixed in, Beatles. They liked the Beatles a lot, and they liked a lot of like psychedelic type stuff. So they mixed that in too. But I always thought if I had a chance to meet and do something with Peter Steele, that would have been great. Unfortunately, he died back in 2010, so he's not with us anymore. I'm also a huge fan of Meatloaf. I think Meatloaf would be so much fun. Bad Out of Hell is a phenomenal album.
I love that album so much.
I love
It's a
Rocky
great
Horror,
karaoke
Rocky Horror
album.
Picture Show, all the Rocky Horror stuff. So, Meatloaf being Eddie in the movie was incredible, but also Meatloaf in like the stage version was also Eddie and Dr. Scott, which was super cool. I think he'd be a lot of fun. As far as I'm trying to think of, Glenn Danzig. I don't know why I'd say that first. Glenn Danzig doing old school Misfits, being able to do hybrid moments, Last Caress, all that would be Astro Zombies, like that would be incredible. And I also love and have a sweet spot for Jerry Only. I've met Jerry Only a handful of times. And actually, going back earlier, you're asking about like the path to getting to Dads on Couches. Real quick, because this ties into it. So Ben, Nick, and I ran a horror punk band called Spaghetti Zombies. We retired it and then did just a straight punk band called Capaul. And as Capaul, look at that. Look at that.
He's real. He
Speaking of
fucking
the devil,
exists.
There's a smudge on the
Nick,
screen.
Nick.
There's a
He is
smudge.
a
I got
figment
it.
of our imagination,
He's a ghost. Remember, he said he's ghost.
but he doesn't
The
exist.
Boo Detective.
that was some paranormal activity stuff right there.
The Boo Detective. It
The
reminds me of
Boo Detective.
one time I asked Ox, like, Ox, what shirt you wear? And he's like, what do you think? It's a girl criminal? I'm like,
I like that.
so there's got to be a band called
It's a
Girl
good spin.
Criminal.
Your kid's awesome, by the way. That's the other thing. That's the other thing too. And I know I'm going off like on a lot of tangents. Like all the kids that are involved in like our like punk ska scene is incredible too. These kids know the lyrics better than I do. They're dancing harder than I am. It's ridiculous. Like we are creating a generation of amazing like punk ska kids, and that's incredible to me. That's incredible.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
think it's really important. And I'm not even a musician. I just love punk and ska.
Well, and these kids are getting an opportunity to get on stage and they're singing with their legends and stuff. And I'm like, I would have
Yeah.
pooped my pants, at that age if I
They
had a
don't care.
chance. I'd have
They
pooped my
have no
pants.
fear.
So
I saw
anyway,
that Austin got to get pulled up by Chris
Less than
at Less
Jake,
Than
yeah.
Jake.
it's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's amazing, but it's crazy.
Awesome.
Like, and those kids, like they're creating memories that they don't. I don't even like. How do you top that too as a kid? Like,
Uh-huh.
like how do you get higher than that?
All downhill from
Um,
here.
For real.
But it's
That's
amazing,
valid.
and I'm so proud. And that's a shout out to Michigan Ska right there. That's another thing. I cannot believe all of the amazing people that I've met and all of like the families. These are people that are warm, kind, accepting, inclusive. It's unbelievable. The
Yeah.
scene. You said something. One of you, I think it might. I apologize if it wasn't Eric. Somebody said something earlier on Facebook about the reason I'm coming on and doing punk is because we're looking at the scene. We need to be there for the scene, and we need to be inclusive, and we need to da. And I'm like, I couldn't have said it better myself. That is the coolest thing because that's I'm seeing that. I'm living that right now. And people don't get, and the people that have no clue like what we're doing, they're missing out. They're losing, and it's sad.
We honestly said we were going to focus on just the Philly and Michigan ska scenes for the time being because Michigan ska adopted me and I'm from Philly and this is my baby. So we're like clashing both worlds and that's what we want to focus on. Some Philly and Michigan bands to start off with. And we'll expand after that, but there's so many bands in the local scenes that we just want to feature.
No, I mean,
and even that though, it's amazing. Like we are blessed to be part of this. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, and I've only been involved now for a year and a half, 2 years. Like, I can't, and I'm meeting new people every day, and I'm having awesome conversations every day. I bumped into a guy at the last Boy Detective show I went to go see. I met this guy named Jarrett. He was amazing. He's from Canada. He was skank dancing. He's incredible. Apparently he's coming to Splish. Like, and it just blows my mind. These are all kind people you can talk to, people that you can trust to be around. It's nuts.
I'm going to back you up for 1 second. This will be not even back you up. I'm going to add a little information in.
Sure.
Some of the bands that you just mentioned that you have been part of in the past, if people are interested, go to Bandcamp. Because I know Capaul is on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, Capaul is on Spotify too.
Which is maybe that's what. Which is some phenomenal music and definitely worth going back and listening to.
Thank you so much.
If you haven't heard it,
Spaghetti Zombie is not in Bandcamp though, isn't it?
So Spaghetti Zombies may not be on Bandcamp. I'm not entirely sure, but what I'll tell you is, so if you go on Capaul on Spotify, there's 2 albums. There's Surgeon General's Warning, sorry, and then there's One More Empty Grave. And One More Empty Grave is a 10-year anniversary of a Spaghetti Zombies album that we redid as Capaul. So it's still the main core members, but redoing the entire album 10 years later, and we like ramped it up. We had this amazing member, a good friend of ours, Mike Bustos, who came in and laid down a bunch of amazing guitar tracks and helped us like kind of formulate a lot of different like 3-part harmonies and stuff, 3 and 4-part harmonies rather, and it was incredible. Like that album is really cool. So if you listen to One More Empty Grave, that's essentially what we did in Spaghetti Zombies. It just sounds better than we did because it's 10 years later. We're better musicians. We've come a long way. And back in the day, when Spaghetti Zombies was a thing, if I remember correctly, Benny was the only one singing. When we got to Capaul, I was singing and drumming, Benny was singing and playing bass, and Nick was singing and playing guitar. So you're getting a lot of cool like harmonies and stuff too, in group chants that we didn't do in Spaghetti Zombies. So Capaul would be a cool one to check out. And going back to the Danzig thing we were talking about earlier about who I would want to meet, Capaul opened for the Misfits twice, not Danzig, or it would have been Jerry only. But Capaul actually did open for Misfits twice. The first time was at Headliners in Toledo, and the second time was at Harpo's. So I got to meet Jerry Only. I had a conversation with Jerry Only about baseball before he was in the makeup and the leather and stuff. He was in I think it was a Steelers jersey. He had his hair slicked back. He was wearing his bifocals. I mean, it was, and I'm like, hello, Mr. Only. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's just like, I'm just sitting there like just shell shocked talking to Jerry Only. And he's talking to me about baseball,
we talk about playing with your idols, but literally you open for your idol.
That's very true.
And you survived Harpo, so all the way around, a win-win.
Oh, Harpo's, man. Harpo's is a wild ride. Harpo's is it's a good time.
Is Harpo's a venue?
Yes, yeah. It's a very rough venue in Detroit.
Yeah. It is
a very dirty venue.
So my favorite,
if there was a venue that was a dirty needle, it would be named Harpo's.
I concur.
So when I was younger, this will be my Harpo story. I'm digressing. I'm sorry. I went and saw the Muddy Muddy Boss Tones at Harpo's. They lasted about a song and a half, to where if you've ever seen the like old school early Boss Tones, their thing was everybody come up on stage with us.
Mhm.
So
That's awesome.
it starts, everybody's getting up on stage. Harpo stops the show, makes everyone get off the stage. Dickie, the lead singer of the Boss Tones, then when it starts back up, tells everybody to come back up on stage. It stops again. And this time, like they're trying to get him to lip sync. So he is just on the, this is like 3 songs in. He's on the edge of this stage, just yelling, okay, let's fuck this place up, guys. Let's just fuck this place up. Security came and took him away. But later on, he was on Letterman, and he gave a shout out to Detroit. He was talking about the tour. He's like, sorry, Detroit. So we did give a shout out.
And what happened to him since then? Was that the night that broke him?
I don't know. I still, this might be an unpopular opinion. I grew up on the Boss Tones. I love the Boss Tones. I still love the Boss Tones. I love
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Boss Tones.
I have not listened to Mighty Mighty Boss Tones in a long time. I had a buddy on the bus who loved him. The impression that I get had came out and it was big on the radio, and he would play it over and over and over on the bus. That was actually probably one of my first introductions to ska. Was honestly probably Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. That a Real Big Fish. It was one or the other, probably both.
I think mine was like Real Big Fish or Goldfinger.
Oh my God, Goldfinger is incredible too. Goldfinger is so much fun. I was talking to somebody the other day about FTN because they were complaining about Ted Nugent. I'm like, have you ever heard FTN? You should check out that song because it's amazing and you'll love it.
So Jess, you made it through one of your questions. Do you have a second one, or is it my turn yet?
I would ask where the weirdest place he ever woke up was, but he's sitting in a fucking funeral home right now, so I don't know if it gets weirder than that. I'm sure he's woken up there.
Have you ever played Guitar Hero Aerosmith Edition?
Yes, I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. Yep.
Do you want to? I have it hooked up to a surround sound on a projector in my basement.
That's amazing. Yes, I would love to come over and play Aerosmith.
It's like playing on a stage. It's really awesome.
That's super cool. That's
You
super
should
cool.
do that.
I liked all the the cut scenes, like when he and Joe Perry split up and then they got back together, and I like that you could follow the story of all the different venues they played from the time they started until current day. I thought that was so cool.
Have you ever seen Aerosmith live, or did we already cover this?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. They were I think I had an opportunity when they were doing the 9 Lives tour, when 9 Lives had just came out, but it fell through. It fell through, and then I just never had an opportunity since to see them, which is sad.
Do you guys hear a lot of background noise in my house?
No.
No, because Ox is screaming at a video game in his room right now.
Don't cut that. Organic or whatever.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he is literally screaming at Gorilla Tag or whatever he's playing.
Sounds about right.
Sometimes I think that the neighbors are going to call the cop because he screams so fucking loud.
That's just.
This is accurate. I can attest to this.
Video games. I mean, why not?
I have 2 kids that play VR on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yes. Gorilla Tag is one big one. They also do one I'm a Cat or I'm Cat or Meow Cat or something like that. That's
do they play Grow a Garden on Roblox? Because I hear about that all the time too.
Probably. I do know they play Roblox frequently, and I can't get over how extensive and crazy Roblox is. There's so much involved with it.
And how much money they want to spend playing it.
Roblox. Roblox.
Brilliant.
So apparently, when I was putting we're doing our EP through DistroKid, which is new to me. I've always gone through CD Baby prior to this, but it was recommended to me to try DistroKid, and I love it. It worked great, but Roblox was one of the options you could stream your music through, which I was shocked.
Really?
Yes, but there's something.
Does it stream when they're playing games or something?
I couldn't. I'm assuming it's probably like TikTok, where you can kind of like pull it up if you want to like build a level or something, maybe.
Oh,
but
I bet the kids would know this. We should ask them one day.
That was one of them, and I was like, really? Like Roblox? Like Dads on Couches and Roblox kind of sounds groovy, but also weird at the same time.
There was a band we interviewed one time who I think it was Runaway Ricochet. Was it not? They wanted to put their music on a toothbrush.
Yes.
Oh, you'll hear it when it vibrates in your teeth?
And it'll like
That's
go for like
awesome.
2 minutes, and then you know you're done.
That's really
It's a
cool.
2-minute jingle for a toothbrush. Yeah.
That's
That was
really
very
cool.
creative. Or was it stacked like pancakes?
Uh,
It was Runaway
No,
Ricochet.
I'm pretty sure.
It
Those
wasn't
were
Stack of
conversation with Saxton.
It was Runaway Ricochet. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Was
was
that
fun.
his
So,
idea, or was that one we came up with during the interview?
I mean, we always say that we have like a Shark Tank on our things. It was his idea. He said he always wanted to do it.
Yeah, he had that one. I thought.
What would be the best type of media for you to put your album on? Speaking of your new EP, if it's not Roblox and a toothbrush, what would it be?
I mean, I think classic Spotify is great. I think a lot of people are going to hear the music that way. I believe it's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on Apple. It'll be on all the major streaming platforms. Pandora, if I'm not mistaken, YouTube. It'll be on all those, so you'll have access to all of them on that. In the meantime, we do have a SoundCloud and Bandcamp, but we're not doing a lot with it because of this EP that's coming out. Not to mention, we're hoping to turn around and do more recordings pretty soon here. We got a Christmas one that we created. It's kind of a half cover, half original. It's a lot of fun, and we want to get that out.
Joyful or sad?
It's
You know why
okay.
I ask.
It's the concept of I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus, but
That's
taking
my
it a step
favorite
further,
Christmas song.
that Santa steals the spouse. So the kid comes and tells this it could be I think it's actually gender neutral the way that I wrote it, if I'm not mistaken, but it's basically like this kid goes and says, mom or dad, I saw mommy kissing blah blah blah, or daddy kissing Santa Claus or whatever. It's Santa steals, that person runs away with him. So the whole song is like talking about like, I remembered us being happy. I remembered us being married. We have kids. We have a family. It's Santa stole like my everything. So it's like a dark, twisted version of Santa Claus being a thief.
Nice.
And there's a cool reference to I have Wham's Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart. So that's a part of it that's in there too. That's mixed in there.
I love
like
Wham.
Nice.
Totally
oh, Wham! Oh, George Michael's amazing.
George Michael's the first.
It's so good.
Eric's a big fan
Freedom.
of George Michael.
Father figure.
I love George Michael. I don't care if I know that he got a bad rep for trying to have sex in, rest areas later on in life, but his music was amazing. I love it.
At least there were rest areas and not active areas. I'm just saying.
They were active when George Michael was there. Oh,
Oh,
Well,
shots fired.
No, seriously though, you have this new EP coming out.
wait.
What?
Yeah.
I've been waiting so patiently to ask my question.
At the random
Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
You were like, not your turn, not your turn.
I want to know what
Your
kind of
turn.
physical media he wants it on still. He didn't answer
We
that
have
question.
moved on. We have
He
moved
just-
on.
I think he wants
Will
it
I hear it on an
singing
elevator
elf.
near me?
How about on a singing elf?
Honestly, if it does well, I would love to have it on a vinyl. That to me would be a dream come true, to have something on a vinyl record and have like this, if taking it a step further, like those limited edition ones, Boy Detective, where they have the swirls and they have the sparkles, and they like. I actually seen these ones where they're translucent and they have liquid in them. So like when you move it around, the liquid moves. Like any variation of that, even if it's just basic plain vinyls, I would be thrilled to have that on a vinyl. That to me would be like we did something right if it's on a vinyl.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I collect vinyl, so I would love that too.
That would be super cool.
I would also love
super
if your hat right now had a button, you just pinched it and it said, "Hey, oh, let's go." That'd be so.
Hey,
Are you high, Jess?
let's go.
I'm not. I'm not.
Or Gabba Gabba, we accept you, one of us. Gabba Gabba, we accept you, one of us. I don't want to.
Which is a good transition.
No more.
A great transition to the question I've been waiting on for 45 minutes.
For how long?
At least 45 at this point.
I have a better question. Is there going to be a follow-up to the Christmas song? Like, is the kid going to get revenge later on? Are you going to do like, is it going to be a running story?
Right now, Chris.
He is. I because you're like, I finally get to say it. I got like it's free. And
I have a real question for you. I have a real question for you that people want to know.
That was a real question, Eric. Don't take that away from me. Don't call my question a fake question.
Can I ask you my question, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So you had mentioned like 3 hours ago when we started this interview You enjoyed horror movies?
Yes.
What are some of your favorites? I also enjoy horror movies. And actually, last night I saw part of a new one. I fell asleep because I also fall asleep during movies, but I randomly started watching The Mousetrap. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
So it's one of the, you know how the Disney license, everybody can do Disney movies now?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a horror movie that they were using Mickey Mouse for.
Oh. Oh, because they just did like a Steamboat Willie one, didn't they? Didn't they do something with Steamboat Willie
They did.
and Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh, they also did Peter Pan, which I went and saw, and it traumatized me for life. I will never go and see something like that again. I don't even want to talk about it because it gives me nightmares. That
It's
was
that bad?
it was enough that I was like, maybe horror movies aren't my thing. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should second guess who I am. Maybe my name's not even Eric. But anyways, what are some of your favorite horror films? Are you a classic? Are you a B movie kind of person? I'll tell you mine after you tell yours.
I would say predominantly classics. The first one that came to mind was the original Poltergeist. I think Poltergeist is phenomenal.
Beautiful.
I like the second one too. I really do. I think I seen the third one time. I think that's the one where it's in a hotel or something, or an apartment complex. But I digress. The first two Poltergeists are great. Jack Nicholson in The Shining is great. The
Poltergeist was one of
Exorcist.
the first ones I saw when I was
What's
young.
that?
I said Poltergeist might be one of the first scary movies I saw when I was a kid. And that
Scared the
that
crap
part
out of me
with,
as a kid.
the doll underneath the clown underneath the bed. Freaked
And the
the
tree
Yep.
pulling the kid out of the window when
Yes.
it's storming. And I was really scared of there's a part where there's a creature up when the mom runs upstairs and falls over, and this creature pops out of a bedroom door or something, and it's got super long, thin like legs like shooting into the ground.
Oh, that's Ryan. You're confused. It's actually fucking Ryan.
And he was wearing a gatekeeper baseball cap.
It was. Now you
Woo!
See that you got to have that like on a button.
And the plot
That's
thickens.
that's the zinger button.
We need a soundboard.
So have you seen this is the horror movie I always plug. Well, I'm plugging tonight. Have you seen
Cabin in the Woods.
Slumber Party Massacre Part 2?
Deliverance.
I have not, but is that the one where at the end the woman reveals that she's not a woman? Or is that Sleepaway Camp?
Which movie are you talking about?
There's one where at the end of the movie, there's like this famous scene where it's a girl and she's holding up a knife crazy, but she's naked and she's a man, I think. Is that what you're talking about? What did you call it? Slumber Party something?
Yeah, not the movie I'm thinking of. So Slumber Party Massacre Part 2 is very much a B horror film where the killer dresses up pretty much like a 50s like Elvis kind of person and sings like 50s music and has a drill attached to the end of his guitar and kills them with the drill.
That's super cool.
You should watch that one.
That's
Maybe
cool.
I'll recommend it for you.
I thought of Bubba Hotep when you were just starting to talk about Elvis.
And I'll set it up for you in case you don't have.
Saw. Is that a horror movie or is that just a gore fest?
No,
does it constitute as horror?
It is. So it's I would think so. It's 80s B movie mostly.
No, Saw.
Or have we
The
moved
whole
on?
Saw series.
Oh,
Like I've had conversations with true horror fans about
Saw would be
Saw,
more
and
gore
it's just
horror,
like because especially after like the second or third one, they just kind of go off the rails with the story, and they're just trying to set up the most brutal, like
so the Peter
bloody
Pan one
traps
was
as possible.
also like that. It was more of a gore horror. It's like porno for people who like gore.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but you seem well versed, Eric.
Could you, for Saw though, could you consider the Saw movie psychological horrors, like, or psychological terrors?
What about
the first one? I would.
What about the Centipede movies? Is it Centipede? Octopus?
Yeah, Human Centipede. Those are wild.
Thank you.
What's
Would you consider that
the
gore
new
horror?
guy? He's not new. What the fuck? It's
You say Heathers? Heathers was
no, not Heathers. There's a
I
movie
like Heathers
that's
though.
the
Is that
clown
Winona
guy.
Ryder and Christian Slater?
Yes. Yes.
I think I've seen that one time. That was wild. They're like killing all the kids in their high school, right?
Yes, you should see it again.
Wow. Yeah, that's been a long time. It's been a
Although
long time.
it's old enough that some of the stuff in there is well dated that like it would be canceled today, kind of scenario. But
Terrifier. Do you guys like Terrifier? That
I've
movie
not
is
seen the Terrifier.
incredible. All of them are so crazy.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, one of the best movies of all time.
Dickies.
Yes, thank you.
Dickies did the theme song.
Can you open your set at Splish Splash with that? Because I would appreciate it.
Oh yeah, that'd be so hard to. I don't know. I'm sure my guitarist could play that. Maybe I could pitch it.
Hard maybe
I
is it
pitch it.
hard?
I
Got what, a
guarantee
week
Mitch
and a
can
half?
shred that.
You have
In a week and a half.
Come on.
That song rocks. It's an amazing song.
Yes. Yes, it is. I almost went and saw the Dickies just so I could hear them do that song.
That'd be cool to see live. That'd be a cool
Yes.
one to see live.
I had a neighbor that was into some underground horror films, like the type of shit that is like
That's
banned
called
in
porn.
a lot of
That's called
states.
porn.
No,
Like Faces of Death.
Was Faces
it
of Death
was
big?
that type
Like,
of
I watched it then.
brutality to the scenes and shit. Like the one that I watched with him, this woman was like brutally raped by like 3 guys, and she came back after him, and like she made them suffer.
Is that Spit on Your Grave or Dance on Your Grave or something like that?
There's been a couple movies with that type of theme, but
But you've
it might
watched a
have
lot
been.
of rape movies, is what you're telling us.
This was at my neighbor's house. I went over there to do some bong reps. The next thing I know, this woman's like chopping this dude up in a bathtub.
You can cut all of this, actually, Jessica.
No, I will not.
You
This is
I do
the good
not
stuff.
condone.
I feel like
It was
taking
seriously
bong
like
rips.
Scarface, only the shower curtain wasn't there. It's about what it was.
I feel like taking bong rips and watching something like that would be terrifying. I'm just like, I
I
don't know. How are
was
you not
very
having a panic
confused and
attack?
slightly
Chris,
concerned.
So, Chris, I heard you were in a band. What band are you in?
Dads on Couches.
Hey,
Dads on Couches.
Are you on couches watching horror movies?
I'm on
no,
couches.
I was trying to
watching horror
transition.
movies.
I was trying to transition away from the
You
rape
did
porn.
good.
Hey, so a year ago, I remember seeing you guys at Splish Splash. Wasn't that your first show, or am I wrong?
It was our first
Wait,
show.
I was
That was
at
our
your
debut
first
show.
You
Yes.
were. And
Tell us the what led up to that, the story that made that show come to be for Dads on Couches.
So Nick, so my
good
brother
transition, Ryan. Good
Nick,
transition.
it was good. It's good. So
That's
back
what
in
we put in the law.
back in late 2022, early 2023, my brother Nick, myself, and our good friend Mitch. Honestly, at this point, he's pretty much a brother. I've known him forever. He's super close. So Mitch, Nick, and I decided we wanted to start a band. It had been a while since we had done anything, and we had agreed that although we could be eclectic, we wanted to keep the foundation of it, or the core of it, punk. So as long as it was a punk band, we could deviate. We could throw in some rockabilly, we could throw in some indie, we could throw in whatever, metal, but the core of it's got to be punk. And actually, before it was Dads on Couches, it was called Ellipsis, and that was so Nick came up with that idea, and I thought it was brilliant at the time, because you could either spell out the word ellipsis or it could be the 3 dots. And I thought to myself, from like a design standpoint, the 3 dots, circles, squares, whatever you want them to be, could be, if it's a horror one, it could be 3 eyeballs. If it could be 3 coins, it could be 3 dice that all rolled something different. And I just thought that the possibilities endless. So you got, Misfits have that awesome fiend skull that's kind of plastered on everything. Same idea. We could have the ellipsis, but it would be something different every design each time. Same with album covers and whatnot. And we ran with that for a little while. Come to find out, there was already a verified band called Ellipsis. And we just got to thinking, like, not that we think we're going to be big or anything, but the last thing we want is to start getting merchandise and start recording and all this stuff, to have a band reach out and be like, dude, you gotta pull the name. We have rights now, or whatever. So we just were like, might as well abandon the name, just play it safe. After that, the next idea was Lose to Win. And Lose to Win is a long story, and it does connect to one of the songs that's on the EP. But the idea of it basically is, most of my life, I've gone by the whole premise of sometimes you got to lose to win, meaning that sometimes you got to sacrifice something for the greater good. Sometimes you got to give up one thing to get something else. Kind of a lose the battle to win the war idea. And I've been able to apply that throughout the course of my life. So I always thought that was a really cool phrase. And when people are just talking, normal day-to-day conversations, and will say something that triggers that, I'll say, sometimes you got to lose to win. And they look at me like I'm crazy. But I swear to you, that happens all the time. And I said, what if we go by lose to win? They all liked it. We voted on it. And we were lose to win for a hot minute. And then guess what? A new band comes out on social media, verified lose to win, like 6 months later. It's like, you got to be kidding me. We did all the research. It was a free band name. It was open. Somebody took it. So then after that, we just kind of took our time, and I want to say for weeks, for a month, 2 months maybe, we were just all throwing these names into the hat. And it was funny because you could tell Nick, Mitch, and I are eclectic, because a lot of my names were kind of more towards horror, chaos, crazy. One of my favorite ones was Trichotillomaniacs, which I realize is too long, and I also realize sounds more like a death metal name. But I am actually a trichotillomaniac myself. Fun fact, if you don't know what trichotillomania is, it's when you're nervous and you like twist and you'll pull beard hair out, or your eyelashes, eyebrows, or some people will twirl their hair and pull to where they'll have bald spots. It's a thing. It's connected to anxiety and whatnot. Me too, right? So I thought that was a cool name. But anyways, that didn't work out. So we're all just kicking in different names. And eventually, again, I think it was Nick. I think it was Dr. Nick said Dads on Couches. And we all loved it. And we thought, you know what? We're all dads. We're all proud to be dads. We all have kids. We all love to grill and sit around on the couch and drink beer and binge watch TV in our underwear. Just get me back to my couch. A great example. Like, I always think of that, like kind of that concept of like, that's us. That's what we do every day. So why not just embrace that? And then we kind of put a lighter flair to it. So then it was like, when we play shows, we can dress up like dads, or we can dress up like shows that have dads. Like our last drummer, unfortunately, is not with us anymore, but at Splish Splash, he dressed up like Homer Simpson and nailed it. Yep. Mitch at Splish Splash was like a coach dad. Like, we all have like different types of dads. Nick was like a Hawaiian dad, like a Hawaiian shirt dad. And anyways, that was what we came up with. And we love the name. It's easy to play off of. There's a lot of cool, like Simpsons is an easy one because of Homer. And you think of like, I'm a huge King of the Hill. So like, Hank Hill, and you can do anything, Family Guy, American Dad. There's so much you could play off with that. But we tend to keep, for the most part, our persona, our music, we're trying to keep it a little bit light and frothy and tongue-in-cheek and silly. But there is some dark stuff snuck in there too. Don't get me wrong.
So I was gonna say, you're talking about being light, and you
can you see that there, Capali?
But you're lyrically, and
yeah,
Ryan very soon. But lyrically,
it's on his car. That's so cool, and he's got a way to take a look at it.
Your music is not like light and Homer Simpson lyrically, in my opinion.
I don't disagree with you. It is dark at times, and it is. My big thing is sometimes adulting is hard. Sometimes being a dad is hard. Life is not fun right now. The world is not fun right now. So, I think instrumentally the music is a little more boppy and fun and springy. But yes, the lyrics can get dark. They can get a little deep. But for the people that don't know what I'm singing about, or don't have access to lyrics, they probably have no clue. I'm talking about like alien enslavement and stuff.
Yeah, we should probably talk about some of that. We actually have a segment. Yeah, it's normally Brain on Ska, but we're gonna have to come up with like new names for all of our segments.
This is your brain on punk.
Punk it up.
Yeah.
Penetrating the brain with.
Am I gonna have to be like Eric and beg somebody to make me a theme song for like 6 months? And
do you remember that?
Please?
I always forgot to put it in the episode anyway. I stopped putting Brain on Ska in the episodes too, because I don't know.
It didn't take them too long. Oh, I realized. But anyways, I have a question about Enfeeble.
Sure.
What is the thing?
Wait,
did
you say it's a question about weebles? Like weebles wobbles and they don't fall down? What'd you say, Ryan?
What is the thing?
So,
like, you're talking about taking away the thing, and the thing that brings you happiness, the thing that brings you joy. Like, what brings you everything in life.
I
So
hate
what is
being
the thing?
Chris, before you answer this question,
Sure.
Ryan did his
can
homework.
I point in one thing here?
Absolutely.
For our listening audience. So Ryan has brought up the lyrics to one of the songs, and on
And
an up,
Feeble is the name of the song.
it's feeble. What is the parentheses?
Don't take it away. Enfeeble, don't take it away.
So
Yeah.
we were talking about one of the. Is that the first song on the album? Second.
Second song.
One. It's got a little bit of a Misfits, some kind of hate vibe to it.
So
Yeah.
so
I like how on the album all the songs have a different feel to it. Like there's a different like you said, the Misfits. I heard somebody else in one of the other songs, like there's like classic punk bands theme to like all the songs, like there's a sound to it. I'd have to listen to them more to pick out exactly what it is.
We're trying to the idea is trying to at least for now we want to be eclectic. The idea being that, like I was saying earlier, we all love punk, the three of us. And by the way, we do have a new drummer, and he's amazing. His name's Gage. I do want to make a shout out. He's been practicing his butt off, getting ready for Splish. We have 2 shows in July. But the idea was basically Mitch, Nick, and I kind of putting our own styles of punk, what we like punk or other genres to make these songs. And honestly, as far as the instrumentation goes, that's all, for the most part, that's all Nick and Mitch. They are phenomenal at crafting music, kind of building these skeletons that we work from and add lyrics and vocals to and whatnot. But Mitch has kind of his own sauce and his own flair. Nick has his own sauce and his own flair. And you'll, like you said, each song kind of, I don't feel like there's 2 songs on this EP that are like deeply connected. I feel like you have some that are fast punk, you have some that are a little bit slower, got doo-woppy vibe. Idolatry is literally kind of mixing in 80s synth Billy Idol. So it's all over the map, but I like that because I said it's kind of cool that we don't have a set sound yet, because we're still, even though we've been doing this for 2 years, like we're still fresh and new. We haven't played a ton of shows. We don't have any recordings out aside from this. So right now, let's experiment and explore. As long as we keep the core punk, as long as we keep kind of the feel the same, it'll be fine. I know we're working on one that has a little bit right now that has a little bit of a Western vibe to it too. It's got a little bit of a punk Western a vibe to it. Nick was saying a band the other day that it reminded him of, but I can't think of it on the spot. But La Gracia, maybe, I don't know. But anyways,
Nelson.
No, it's like a Western.
Yeah,
punk, like a
Lucretia.
Western. Is it La Gracia?
Yeah.
Is that
I don't know them.
And that sounds right. I think it's La Gracia.
These guys are Western. Wes Hoffman. Have you heard of them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, check them
I have
out.
not. One more time? Can I see it one more time?
Wes Hoffman and Friends, they're called.
That shirt is groovy. I feel like we would have a shirt like that. That's Garfield's groovy.
Yeah.
John Arbuckle could be. That's awesome. But yeah, that was kind of the point of the EP was, we've been a band for 2 years. We had some turnover. We lost some good members for personal reasons. And we couldn't get these tracks out. We had to keep re-recording drums. We were having problems because this album is predominantly us. Like, we recorded the majority of it. We did have it mastered by Christopher H. Fogel, which is phenomenal. And I want to, because like have a music legend kind of like work with your stuff is crazy. The artwork, the album cover, it was, believe it or not, done by Brandon Lewis from Punkerton Records, and that was amazing. Like, he did a phenomenal job. I love what he came up with for that. Not to mention, he's been a big support and a big help with our band too, trying to get us like on the right foot. So shout out to not only Christopher H. Fogel, but Brandon Lewis, because they're both incredible people. But yeah, the idea was just like, hey, we've been doing this for 2 years. We want to get out there more. We want to hustle more. Let's put these on an EP. Yeah, there's not really a common theme to it, but that's the beauty of it, is it's 5 random demos that we've been playing for a while. That's our EP. And let's see how it does. Yeah. And then based on how it does, because that's the nice thing about having like, your Spotify's and whatnot, we can kind of see the demographics of, I'm hoping they do well, or some of them do well, or even one of them does well. We could kind of see like, oh, people are really liking this. Maybe we should be leaning a little bit more towards this way. Who knows? It's kind of all up in the air right now. But for the meantime, I like that we're eclectic. I like that one song doesn't sound like the next. Splish. We're playing these 5 at Splish, but we have, I think, 3 more that we haven't recorded yet. We have rough recordings for us for like practicing and listening to, but we have 3 more that we're playing at Splish. So that's exciting. We have our first, it's a 3-part song connected. And I'm trying to think, like, because Green Day has one, and I want to say it's Jesus of Suburbia, but I could be wrong. It might be Is
correct.
it Jesus of Suburbia, where it's like 3 songs connected?
Yeah.
We're working on one right now, and it's really cool. It's like 8.5 minutes long, and it's really cool. And like the three parts kind of vibe well together. There's a common theme, and we want to release that as like a separate, like a 3-part single, but as one song, like one unified song. So we got a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully by the end of this year, early next year, that's going to be coming out. In addition to this EP that's launching on the 4th of July, Independence Day, in a few days.
So
which is crazy.
4th of July on purpose? Why 4th of July?
I did because
day and
so we were gonna originally release it in we were originally going to release the EP in May or June, and then me having talks with Brandon, him helping with the album cover and stuff, he was like, "I'm willing to help you guys release this if you're interested," and I was like, "Yes, that's a blessing. That's huge. That's amazing." Like, so then it was okay, but we need some time to get this blah, 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 blah. And I said, can we do 4th of July? Can we do, because that's perfect. That's plenty of time. That gives us over a month to kind of advertise, start getting things together. And I was like, and how, like, everybody's going to be home from work. Everybody's off of school because of summer break. Like, all people are going to be doing all weekend for 4th of July is drinking, smoking, fireworks, grilling, outside, beach bumming. That's the perfect time to launch a new album or any kind of new music. So
yeah.
And then our pre-orders went live on Friday the 13th earlier last month. So I was like, so our pre-orders or pre-saves are Friday the 13th, which is crazy. And then we're launching on Independence Day. Like, that's nuts. That's like, and they're easy to remember. Like, Friday the 13th, Independence Day. Boom. You can't lose.
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous.
I love that word. It's a really fun word. Yeah.
Anyways,
I wanted to talk about words. I wanted to talk about words in the songs.
So enfeeble, to answer your question, so if I remember correctly, the definition of enfeeble means to make weak or make weak or feeble, make weak or timid, something like that. So my thought process was everybody has that one thing that means the world to them. And what's the worst thing that could happen is taking that away. But it's different for me than it is for you, that it is for him, that it is for her, right? So the idea is enfeeble can be somebody taking away anything from you that really means something to you. So for me, if I had to think about maybe at the time when I was writing it, it was probably like a situation of feeling emasculated. Not that I was, but just that was kind of the concept or idea of it would be like taking away somebody's masculinity or taking away somebody's identity or taking away somebody's like reason for being. That was kind of my an original, I guess, inspiration. And then I just went from there. But I mean, it could be, somebody taking away your favorite bicycle, somebody taking away your favorite hoodie, maybe, and that's making you weak because you lost your favorite hoodie. So it's up for interpretation. It's up for interpretation, but usually my lyrics have a deeper and darker meaning to them. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's something that's personally happened to me. It could be somebody I know, or it could be an experience I've been involved with. But I want to say initially my idea was kind of emasculation for that.
I took it deeper.
I really like that idea because it's kind of really dangerous to define yourself with only one thing. To dive too much, to make that one thing that your character, it's because if you do take that away, it does leave people feeling lost. Especially like if you're going through hard times. Like when I went through a divorce a couple of years ago, I identified as a father. My kids were my life, and then all of a sudden I'm no longer with my family. That's really hard when you're uprooted from your norms and to have things change. But if you know who you are at your core, you can't really take yourself away from. You can't take that away from you.
Sure. No, and I agree
Yeah.
completely. And I agree completely. And maybe this is more for maybe somebody that isn't strong or somebody that isn't. You mentioned rooted. Maybe it's somebody that hasn't found their true self, or maybe what their idea of true self is something that's very cosmetic. Like it's more not as important as they think it is, but it's more important to them than it should be, possibly. But that was basically kind of my concept. But like having children taken away, that would be something that would make you weak. A divorce, a loss of somebody. That's another thing too. Like I can't tell you how many times like a husband and wife, a wife will die and then a month later the husband will die, because they just give up. There's no, what's the point of living anymore? I lost my true reason for being. So it could be any variation of any of that, but it's up to interpretation too. I don't spell it out for that reason, because I want people to be able to identify, which is also, like I said, I try really hard to keep my songs gender neutral, because I want anybody to be able to connect with them. And I realize our band is called Dads on Couches, so obviously Dads is in the title, but regardless, like I want anybody that listens to be able to be like, I experienced that, or I've seen that before. I feel that, you know what I mean? Try to keep it as open as I can.
Yeah, I'm obviously speaking for myself, and I will speak for myself. But as I listen to that song, like there's things in my life that have been important and been precious to me that others have either tried to take away or have tried to sabotage, and that's how I took the song. And so for myself, and I told you it was my favorite songs on there, but it was my favorite songs because it hit deep, to be honest. So I know it's Dads on Couches, and your stickers are Bart Simpson on a couch, but I think as a band, you guys are much deeper than that as far as lyrically goes, and what you present to your listening audience. That's just me.
I mean, that means the world, and that's incredible to hear. That's awesome that because to me, like lyrics are extremely important. They're extremely personal for me, and I love telling stories. So anybody who's willing to listen to them, willing to read the lyrics, like you're right. I do pour a lot of myself into what I write about. I do. And I try to make it relatable, and I try to make it as authentic as possible. Like I try to be very transparent about what I sing about. And like I said, I might sing about something that doesn't necessarily directly affect me, but it might be somebody I know and I care about, or it might be something I've experienced, or it might even be something I've read in a book or seen in a movie where I've identified with a character that I'm like, wow, that sucks. Like I feel that person's pain. Let's sneak that in a song, but that's so cool that you're pulling apart this, and it's amazing, because like we're deep diving lyrics, and that's makes me very happy. That brings me a lot of joy.
And listeners can interpret things in so many ways. Like your lyrics may mean one thing to you, but to them it may mean something else. And it's beautiful that a song can adapt to the person in that way. Kind of like a chameleon in the jungle or something. I don't fucking know.
So live, like yes, live you guys are silly, and live you take on different personas and you jump in a pool. But lyrically, you guys are deep, and lyrically you hit a spot with humans from an emotional level, and that's what I think.
That's what draws people in, really.
If people can get a chance and give you guys a chance, that's what they're gonna get. They're gonna get this amazing, fun show, but they're also gonna get this side where they walk away listening to your music and being like yeah, like I get that, and I've been there, and that's what I hope coming up at Split Splash and coming up on July 4th when you release this album to the public, that people listen to it and like they feel it in the heart, because to me what you've written is of the heart, and I appreciate that.
That means the world.
Lyrics are a big thing.
I really appreciate that. It means the world to hear that. So cool.
Well, I think Benny probably has conversations like this all the time, but a lot of the importance of having conversations about self-doubt and depression and negative feelings and negative thoughts like suicide and stuff like that is so that way you don't feel alone. And that's one of the beautiful things about music, especially with lyrics that hit hard and have depth to them, is it's having that conversation without having that conversation. You don't feel alone anymore because you hear that other people feel that same way that you do. It's put in a way that you can relate to, but it's and other people are enjoying it as well. Other people are there to enjoy feeling connected through the song that helps them represent and reflects who they are and some of the struggles that they deal with. They're not alone, just by having that those people with them. I feel like that's how you build like community inside of music is you have all these lyrics that you can connect with on a meaningful level, about things that are important to you and things that you're battling and struggling with.
And just because,
Yeah.
for a moment here, if I could, I mean, I guess I will because I've interrupted this whole thing. When this comes out,
Again, that I will.
your album has come out, but we haven't done is read a few of these lyrics. So can I?
Ryan was reading some, but let's read some more. Yeah.
Let's go with.
What are we reading?
So when people don't take it away, it's don't take it away. It's the only thing I've ever really loved. Without it, I just don't know what to do. You can stack up all my other stuff and burn it to a crisp. Don't take it away or lock them up in a steamer trunk, and don't and drop it off a bridge. Don't take it away. But this is the one thing I beg of you. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't take it away. And I think that's something we've all begged of people. And
I mean, we have all lost things that were meaningful to us. And yeah.
digress. So what song is next?
Oh,
then?
hi. It's
You got the other twin.
yeah, it's not the evil
Or
one.
the other Ben.
Ah.
Oh wait.
Doppelganger. Oh,
Ambush.
What the fuck's going on?
master
think
of
I've seen-
disguises. Look how
He's
fast
so
he can
evil.
change.
He's so
Dr.
fucking
Nick.
evil.
Benny.
But yeah, that next song on the album is I like it as well. LFA, low functioning anxiety. That's just like, I don't know. It's one of those days that just you don't want to get through. You don't want to live through. It seems like, oh shit, not today. I hit the snooze too many times on my fucking smartphone. I mean, everything's going wrong, and I feel like you're just waiting for your next failure.
Yeah. Well, and it's sad because how many people have we met that feel that way? How many people we've met that I can't do anything right. I'm failing my kids. I'm not, and it's like, no, it's okay. We like, that's the whole, like adulting sucks and it's hard sometimes, but that's okay. Like, it's okay to like be upset because that's just a part of life. It's just, it sucks, but just push through it, fight the good fight and push through it. But there are people that unfortunately they can't disconnect from that. And it's sad. And it's really sad. But low functioning anxiety too. My brother, Nick. So Dr. Nick is a doctor of clinical psychology. And I've had numerous conversations with him about anxiety and ADHD and OCD and all these different things. And like, that was kind of my inspiration for writing it was, man, I've had so many conversations with Nick about myself. Like I struggle with ADHD and I struggle with anxiety and I have body image issues. And like, so like a lot of these like kind of are in a way things I've experienced or thought, but I guess the hope is that you could fight through it and break free. It doesn't have to identify yourself. Like you don't have to be LFA. You don't have to be a low function. You know what I mean? Like,
well, will you define just for our audience? Define when you were this. What is low functioning anxiety?
Is that a clinical term?
Yeah,
I believe it is, and I think if I remember correctly, it's your anxiety is so crippling and it's so bad that you can barely function. Like you can barely be a person because your anxiety is literally taking control of your life. So from the time you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, you are dealing with anxiety after anxiety after anxiety, and they're snowballing together. And then you wake up in the morning and it starts all over again. It's cyclical.
I've honestly been there. I had a period in my life years ago before my son was born that I went through this, and I was in the ER probably 6, 7, 8 times thinking I was having a heart attack. I've had out of body experiences. Like it's a real thing.
It's wild.
And
I'm so sorry. That's
I
wild.
don't ever want to have it again, but I've been there and that hits deep.
And the best
Well,
part though is when somebody writes a song like this and you can hear it and you can listen to it. Like when I was at my low points, when I heard songs or when there were lyrics as like, wait a minute, this is what I'm feeling, you actually feel better because you're like, okay, somebody else has been there, somebody else relates to this. Like there were songs that like I would when I was at my low point in life, there's a song that I just listened to for hours because like I was like, oh fuck, like somebody else gets where I'm at right now. And like I'm not the only one. And I think that's what you give in this song. So for those of us who have struggled and those who are gonna struggle and are struggling, thank you. This is a
Well,
song that I
Thank
think
you for struggling. No, thank you for
thank you for
Well,
putting
What kind of
light
masochist are you, man?
thank you for all the struggling.
Punk
for
Rock
also being
Ryan.
fucked up.
I'm
Punk-
kidding.
Punk Rock Ryan brought up earlier that he went through a divorce and it was a really tough time of his life. So not a fun fact, but a fact. I've been through two myself. So I feel you, and it does suck. And a lot of those feelings do come out during that. Some of the darkest periods of my life were divorce driven, unfortunately. I mean, got through it and I'm fine and all that. But at the time it was terrifying. And I didn't want to get out of bed and I didn't want to have to deal with work and I didn't want to have to talk to people because that's the thing is everybody wants to know what's going on. Everybody wants to talk you through it and everybody wants to give you advice and opinions. And that's the last thing you want. What do you want to do? You want to stay in bed. You want to just do nothing all day. So I when you said that earlier, that like, I'm like, I feel that. And then Eric, piggybacking off what you just said, for me, music is therapy. So I remember a funny story because I know Pink Floyd was mentioned earlier. I think it was Punk Rock Ryan talking about when he was growing up, the music in his area or the music in his area right now. So Pink Floyd, I love The Wall. I love Dark Side of the Moon. I love concept albums. In high school, I had a really, really, really bad breakup and I thought it was the end of the world. And I remember listening to The Wall nonstop. I shouldn't have been because I was underage, but I was drinking. I think it was either straight vodka or rum at the time. Might have been Bacardi 151 actually. And I just remember crying and sobbing and just like the world is ending and I'm never gonna recover from this. But you know what it was? It was music that got me through it. And what was really cool about it is it's kind of like it's kind of a dual effect because you will sink deeper when you're listening to that music. Like when you're super sad and you listen to The Wall, it's going to pull you down deep and it's going to hurt and it's going to be rough and it's going to be raw. But then you climb out of it and you feel better and you get through it. It's therapy. And that's Eric was saying earlier, like to me, music is a form of therapy. Like life can suck. You go see a show and for the 3 hours, 4 hours you're there, guess what? Life doesn't suck anymore. You don't think about life. You don't think about bills. You don't think about responsibility. You're in the moment. And there's very few things in life where you can experience that. Sex is another one, right? Like where you just lose everything but what's happening in that moment. Childbirth is like that too. There's like these amazing things in life where time stops. You don't think about anything else. But music can do that. That's why do we listen to music at bonfires? Why do we listen to music at funerals? Why do we listen to music at weddings? Why do we listen to? I mean, think about it. Like music is super therapeutic. You can connect with it. It's for any occasion. I always joke that I have a really big
What our
Spotify.
feelings sound like.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It like it touches you. It touches you in so many different ways, and it unlocks all these different emotions and feelings. You might have been repressing something all day, and you hear the right song. Our Lady Peace. Are you sad? That song, I cry every time I hear it. Every time. It does. If we played it right now, by the end of the song, I'll be crying. That's just how it is because it stirs up these emotions, and then you remember sad things that you connect the song with, and that makes it even worse. And then it just Alkaline Trio, Fine from this Addiction album. There's a song from Alkaline Trio called Fine. I cry every time I hear it, every time, and I listened to that one a lot during my divorce. A lot. I had a sad playlist that I listened to during my divorces, and it would wreck you. But then it was cleansing. You would get all the negative emotion out. You get all the crying out, and then you're like, it's going to be okay. I can get through this one day at a time, one step at a time. You know. So music is
even
therapy.
Yep. Even if it feels like life's not going to go on, like for anybody that's struggling right now, even if it feels like life isn't going to go on, like you've lost that one thing, like you don't know how you're going to cope, like it's pointless, like life does go on. Coming from people that have been through those darkest times when you lost that one thing and you don't know how to define yourself, find your people, some of the connections that we've made, like you mentioned earlier, Paul, we've had conversations online, with so one good thing about the internet, it's not just all porn and cats. It's, there are ways to connect with
Porn and
people
cats are good
and
though.
find your
Do
people.
not discredit.
That's a ska band name. Porn and Cats. Porn and Cats, people.
That's gonna be the next band.
With an ampersand. You got to have an ampersand.
I'm
Will
starting
you,
a
will
fucking
you write that
band.
song? If you
We,
write a
we
song,
better verify that right now so it doesn't get taken.
It probably
But-
is. Somebody's probably got it.
But
Well,
no,
with-
life does go on, I mean, but it's good to be able to identify things. If you can put a name to it, you can face it, you can tackle it, and you can identify what the triggers are, how to cope it, what works, what doesn't work. And that's one of the things I like about LFA. If you know exactly what's going on, when I was going through my divorce, I was dealing with shit like that. And I started taking a look at what I was doing that was helping to cause things like that. Am I eating properly? How much caffeine have I had today? Did I get a decent amount of sleep? Because there were things that were in my control that I could help reduce the amount of triggers that I had. So that way it made things a little bit easier. And I know a lot of people look for medication and things along those lines, but I've never wanted to go down that psychotropic path and have to worry about that type of dependency on a medication. So I got help. I found people that I could talk to about things. I had to put away alcohol because it is a depressant. And there's things that you can do and still be able to and find another reason and find another thing.
Jess, earlier you said you went through when we were talking about LFA initially, you were also talking about how you went through a tough period you were dealing with a lot of anxiety and you thought you were having heart attacks and stuff. What were you listening to help cope then? What was your go-to band to get you through that? Did you have one?
Honestly, I think
created a moment for Jess, so maybe Jess needs a second.
no, honestly, I can answer this. I think at that time I probably could have used music more than I did. And I was just listening to the negative thoughts in my head, and it was terrible for me. And I probably could have used music then. And now maybe that's why it doesn't happen anymore, because I'm so in touch with music and I use it for everything. Maybe that's what cured me. I don't know.
Oh shit, not today. I hit this news too many times on my fucking smartphone. I woke up to the sound of screaming kids. Whining that they're starving half to death. Shower water's way too cold. Then I didn't take my
See, I kind of wish Enfeeble was around like a year ago for me, just so you know. If you could have like wrote that song and produced it a year ago, it would have been helpful. I was when I hit like rock bottom, I was a little emo girl and I could have used Dads on Couches. So thanks a lot, Chris.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You said I was an emo girl.
I'm so sorry. I promise I would have given it to you a year ago. I would have given it to you because I knew you. I met you at Splish and we've talked since. Like, I wish I don't know. I wish I could have shared the lyrics with you or sang it to you or sent you a recording of us practicing it. I feel bad.
It's okay to cry. We should normalize being able to cry. It's not a bad thing.
There's strength in it, by the way. I will argue anybody,
100%.
and we talk about this at the funeral home all the time. It takes more strength to cry than it does to suppress it. Like,
this is
courage.
true.
It takes courage to
Oh,
cry.
I'm a crier. I cry all the time. Don't even get it twisted.
I'm sorry. I'm so
'Cause
sorry.
you're
I
a
feel like I'm making
badass.
this worse. I feel like I'm making the situation worse.
No, it
and
does
I'm
not
trying
take
to.
much to make me cry. I am a crier.
I'm gonna put a bridge in all this for 1 second. So when you look at your lyrics and you look at what you do for, you know, for a career, for a living, do they coincide? Because
Absolutely.
like what you do for a living is a very I'm gonna assume a mentally draining position for you, but also probably at some point something that brings hope to others. I mean, you're talking to people like there's not a worse moment in people's lives, right? Like for the most case. How has those experiences and those coming alongside people who've lost loved ones, how does that impact what you do with Dads on Couches?
So I'm blessed that my dad has been a funeral director forever, and I do idolize my father. I do. He's a huge role model of mine. And if you ever get an opportunity to meet my dad, and not in that way, you'd be impressed. My dad is very friendly. He's very warm. He's very kind. He's not what you think when you think funeral director, right? And that's that's a cool thing about like Benny, for example. Benny's been a funeral director for over 10 years. Most people don't know that. He doesn't look like a funeral director. He doesn't act like a funeral director. He's in a ska band. He's got dyed hair. He's got tattoos. He's fun. He's goofy, but he's a dad. But he is a funeral director. That is his profession. That's his career. That's what he does. So I have had my dad, who's been doing it, I want to say, let's say 40 years. I'm guessing here, but let's say 40 years. Benny's been doing it over 10. I've been around it all my life, but I just more recently got into it. So like I actually wanted to be a funeral director when I was younger, but because I am an empath and I cry all the time, that was a problem back then. Like back in the day, you didn't show your emotions. You had to be strong for the family. So there were times that
for a second.
Sure.
Let's talk about that for a second, because actually, if we're getting deep here for a second, you said back in the day, like you did not show emotions. So compare that life compared to what you see today.
It's changed a lot, and it's awesome. Like, because more podcasts like what Nick and Benny are doing, because more podcasts are out, and you have TikTok and you have social media where everybody's talking and sharing their stories and connecting, it's become more normal to talk about it. It's become more comfortable to talk about it. And then on top of that, like I am now vulnerable around the families. So there has been times where I've teared up talking to families. I'm telling you right now, if it's babies or kids, it's going to happen. I can't not. I'm sorry, I can't not. And that's awful, by the way. That is the worst thing in the world. That's where you talked about being mentally or emotionally drained. You have a baby die. That's awful. That's like nightmarishly awful. Watching what the family's going through, watching what's happening, that is the worst, in my opinion. So but I've learned from interacting with my father, interacting with Ben. I've learned how to be emotionally intelligent. I never had the gift of compartmental. I don't know if it's technically a gift, but it's a skill. I've never been able to compartmentalize. So you're going to get what you get with me. If I'm mad, you're going to know I'm mad. If I'm sad, you're going to know I'm sad. I can't hide it. I'm a very transparent person, which is awesome and terrible at the same time. So now my attitude is I'm going to go into this just be me. And if somebody thinks I'm, weak because of that, sorry. I'm not, and I'm proud. I'm proud of the tears that I shed because they're real. So I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be. There's no reason for it. I don't have to be something I'm not. Like, that's changed. So when I was going into it as in like grade school, which would have been in, let's say, the 90s, when that's when I really wanted to start getting into it. I remember, and my dad meant no disrespect. My dad was just like, Chris, you gotta kind of pull it back a little bit. Like, we got to get through this. We got to get the family through this. Now it's okay to cry with the family.
Yep.
It's okay. That's cool. Like, especially if it's somebody you know. Like, if my mother passed away, I'm going to be crying. I'm going to be a mess. If my father passed away, I'm going to be a mess. I'm not going to hide it. I don't care if I'm angry crying. I don't care if I'm the loudest person in that building. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not, because that's not healthy. That doesn't help anybody. So that's the beauty of today. So the 2020s versus the 90s, it is more acceptable. It is more welcome. It is a warmer environment than it was in the 90s. Because that's like, when I say olden days, like that's like when you're talking 50s, 60s, 70s, that kind of was just how it was. Everybody was super quiet. You don't say anything. You don't laugh. You don't joke. Everybody's in black. It's drab. Like, no, it's really, you also should be celebrating that person's life too. Like, laugh about the funny shit that happened, tell cool stories, be goofy. Like, there are families that are
loud
and obnoxious, and it's beautiful. It is awesome to see.
I hope when I die,
It's awesome.
No, I want horns. I
goal
want all the horns. Give me the trumpets, the trombones, the fucking.
You can have it. Put it in your preneed. You can have it. We had a family, no joke. Benny was telling me, we had a family. I wasn't working in, unfortunately, but we had a family that they had Rocky Horror was during their funeral service. They had Rocky Horror. That's amazing.
And that's a celebration.
Tim Curry singing in the same room that we're saying goodbye to this person. Amazing, right?
Yes.
This was a deep conversation. I was not expecting this tonight.
So,
well,
Chris,
did you read the lyrics before?
I might not have done my homework.
Don't ask that question just in case. So, Chris, let's cover two things real quick, okay?
For sure.
What upcoming shows you have? Because I know there's a big one coming up in 2 weeks. Tell us about that.
I cannot wait for Splish Splash Bash. I love the Van Ashes, by the way. It's so amazing. So, excuse me. So, Splish Splash Bash 2025. I believe this is the second year, correct?
Third
year. Okay, we didn't play the first, so it was the third year.
The first third year was a little bit smaller. It was like 4 bands compared to what is it?
This year's much bigger than the last.
14?
This year is insane. Like, I can't believe how many bands are playing on that.
Right?
So Saturday, July 12th. I believe he changed the start time from noon to 11. I could be wrong. I thought I saw that on Facebook, but I could be wrong. Please double check that.
Spot in the pool.
So what? I'm sorry. What was that?
To get your spot in the pool, because there will be a circle pit going on there during Dad's on Couches, I promise.
I do want to jump in again. And we're doing it a little different than we did last year. The part that I'm jumping in isn't the beginning. We're not doing the part that I jumped in the beginning is now at the halfway point of our set. So I'm not going to jump in until the half, because it's perfect. It gives me like a minute where I can jump in. And so, but Splish Splash Bash 2025, the Van Ashes are hosting it. Amazing people. You got Punk Rock Saves Lives are going to be there. You got Food Not Class is going to be there.
Sarah's birthday.
A ton of amazing bands. Is it Sarah's birthday?
It's Sarah Van Ash's birthday party.
Incredible. It's like the show you got to go see. The show, it's in Hazel Park. You got to go see the show. This is, I can't, it is an experience. He's got a pool there. He's got a hot tub there. He's got a trampoline there. He's got Nerf guns there. There's kids dancing, playing, jumping around. There's tables of merch, and there you can get your, I got my, it was bone marrow. I got my bone marrow tested. Yeah. I think it was bone marrow. Last year, there's just, it's awesome. Like, and everybody is super kind and super warm and super fun. And it's high positive energy all day long. And like I said, I originally, I know the flyer said noon. I thought he changed the event time to 11, but that might just be to give the bands time to get into stuff.
When it'll show up at 11, worst case scenario, you talk to people and have a good
time. I say you show up at 10. Like, I'm here.
I'll be outside being like, Chris, let me in, man.
Dude,
Heroin power
I
looks.
love those two. And I'm glad we got a chance to like give them a shout out. The Van Ashes have
Yeah.
been amazing. Chris has had so many awesome conversations with me about the band,
Yep.
helping us try to find shows, recommending things. He's done artwork for us too. Like I love my Chris Van Ash.
Awesome.
I love them both. They're amazing people. But yes, that was our first show last year. It is going.
Was
We're going to play this
amazing.
again this year, so this will be our second year.
And you were number.
Have you had any shows in
I shouldn't say this yet. You were early on the lineup, so make sure you show up early to see Dads on Couches.
Yeah, and
I'll have
unfortunately,
the honor of introducing you.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
yeah, you're one of the MCs, aren't you?
Yeah, me and Dirty White get to MC it this year, so I'm looking forward to having the honor of introducing a bunch of homies to the stage before we get to play my buddy's backyard show.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be an incredible time.
I'm pumped because you're gonna do a phenomenal job. I am pumped. Please wear a hat though, because I won't recognize you
I
without
might be
a
doing
hat.
a little bit of it from the pool. I think it's probably gonna be a hot day, so I might be in the pool half the time too.
Yeah, it was nice last year because it was hot. I remember last year it was in
hot.
August. It was in August last year.
I was
it was August
sunburned
14th.
for like until March, I think, from that show.
It was hot. It was hot. So we have Splish Splash, which again is going to be Saturday, July 12th, and then we have Greenwich Gardens, which is a local flower market. It's about 10 minutes out of Ida. It's technically in Monroe, but it's like in between Monroe, Dundee, and Ida. They do what's called a Glimmer Gala. They did, I think this also might be their third year, if I'm not mistaken, but this is the first year that they're having live entertainment. They actually tried to have live entertainment last year and it fell through. We weren't involved. So the owners of it, who I've become good friends with, reached out and said, hey, would there be any way your band would be willing to play? And would you be willing to like find us some bands? And I was like, sure. So so it is actually a Dads on Couches working in tandem with Greenwich Gardens. And they're going to be doing they're going to be selling plants, flowers. They're having vendors come that are going to have arts and crafts. They're going to have waffles on a stick. They're going to have gourmet coffee. They're going to have Jaredin from The Boy Detective is bringing his shaved ice truck, so he'll be there. And by the way, Seth from The Boy Detective is in another band called Geranium Red. They're going to be playing that day at our show. So Geranium Red will be there along with Jaredin selling his shaved ice. So that's kind of cool. So I have some of the Boy Detective people there. But those are the two that we have right now, and they're both in July. We are also slated. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say also, you don't know this yet, but you're going to play Grand Rapids in
Oh,
October.
and I was gonna say Philly, like sometime soon.
Philly. I've told you I want a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
Really?
So a real
Wait,
one.
way to
A
ruin my
real
moment, Jess.
We will get you a Philly show if you want to come. We will do
I
that.
was pushing first. So Grand Rapids in October.
Okay.
And then Philly went.
Me first. Why is it always about you, Jess?
Mount Pleasant in November.
And you've talked to me about Mount Pleasant. I know we've talked. I know you're trying to book a show
So
up
we
there
have
at
you October,
is it
November.
Casino?
First, not the casino. It's at the Historic Theater, Broadway. It's
cool.
almost, it's like 100 years old. The first one is going to be September 20th, and then I think the second one is November 20th is what we have. That's what we're looking for. So I need to find some bands who want to play that show, and I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that it's Central Michigan, and have bands from across the state come together, so that way they have some other contacts and bands that they can work with outside of their local area.
That's awesome.
They want to do, yeah.
You're like a good hub, a hub area. Like you have a lot of surrounding.
And it's a
areas
college
that can
town,
Yes.
so it all looks good on paper.
And that gives, college students can go to the show too. It's something to do. Get drunk or get high and go to the show. Go to the punk rock show.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? That's what I would do.
And when does this album come out?
Independence Day. So 4th of July in like 3 days, less than 3 days.
We've said that a bunch.
So this is an EP?
It's an EP. After 2 years of grinding, all we have are these measly demos, is what it's called. I know it's super long.
That is the name of the EP.
Is that gonna be
Yes.
the name of the
That
EP?
sounds like a Boy Detective song.
It does. Well, my
No,
inspiration
it's
was
too short.
my,
So,
my
little bit-
inspiration for this was the I went to Planet Neptune and all I got was this crummy T-shirt. That was kind of the playoff of that.
Okay.
Like, we've been a band for 2 years and this is all we have to show for it. That was the joke, and everybody in the band thought it was so funny because, like I said, the two years of us being a band has been tough because of turnover and some good reasons and some bad reasons. Like our guitarist Mitch just had a beautiful baby named Gibson.
Aw.
So
that's
we had to take a little
awesome.
break from that, which is an amazing reason to take a break. From
I
that,
What's
kind
a
of
bad
wish it was-
reason? How did you lose people? What are the bad reasons you lose people for?
just
You're not going to talk.
Don't go there,
you know,
Eric.
It's probably better that way.
You
and
kind of alluded.
honestly, even our ex-members, even the ex-members, I mean, I'm still friends with them. I still think they're amazing people.
So you don't want
some
to
of them,
tell their stories?
yeah, some of them were private reasons and personal reasons. Some of them were not so fun reasons, but that's
What were
is
some,
what it
like,
is.
hypothetically, you don't have to tell us their stories, but hypothetically, what are some of the not so fun reasons?
So, well, like easy ones would be like not showing up for practice, like
Okay.
multiple times in a row, or being late to every practice and not letting us know that you're going to be late to every practice, not learning your parts. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for us, we get together once a week. That's the best we can do with everybody's schedule. We get together once a week, 2 to 3 hour practice. So in that week span, you got to learn your stuff. Like, you should be at home practicing your stuff, so when you come, you're ready to go. That's one of the easy. That's like
That's
an
what
easy
she said.
common, like work, like not showing up to work on time, like kind of the same idea. Like if you're not contributing, if you're not putting into it, I'm sorry. There's only so much. We can only handhold so long.
That's respectable.
And I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just using that as, like you said, a hypothetical example.
So you're saying that's what happened.
I'm saying hypothetical.
You said you like concept albums, right?
Love concept albums. Love them.
Okay,
your favorite one?
I had a really good idea for one, especially with Nick being a psychologist.
You're not
The stages
Stages
of
of
grief.
Grief. It's already been talked about, buddy. Not even
Oh
kidding.
shit!
Actually, we talked about that in Capaul. We were going to do that back when we were still in Capaul, and it never happened. We actually had the 5 songs mapped out as. I'm not even kidding. In fact, I'll do some digging if I can find, because I have like band binders and stuff. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. I'm not even kidding. We've talked
Nice.
about that. Jess, concept album wise, honestly, I would say that Pink Floyd The Wall is high up there. I would also say, as far as Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon is great. When Roger Waters left Pink Floyd, he did solo stuff. He has an album called The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking. That is phenomenal. Eric Clapton is in that. That's incredible. And that's like it's a concept album based off of a fever dream. It's wild. What else? There's a band called Ludo. They have a concept album, a concept EP called The Broken Bride. That's phenomenal. The Decemberists, I'm not a huge Decemberist fan, but I will say this. They have an album called The Hazards of Love, and it's super dark, and it's got spooky parts in it, and it's amazing. That's a great one. And punk rock, Ryan, you're talking about taking bong rips. Take your bong rips and listen to Decemberist Hazards of Love. It's only an hour long. Blow your mind. Just technically, the music is perfect. Like, everything about it is perfect, but the story is incredible. It's messed up. There's an evil villain in there called the Rake, and he like murders all his kids, and he explains in a song how he does one by one how he murders all of them. I'm telling you, the album will blow your mind. Decemberist Hazards of
Check
Love.
that out.
December.
Hazards of Love.
Decemberist Hazards of Love.
Well, I got a story about December.
You do?
Oh yeah.
You're waving your hands around like
I am.
Damon.
I'm so excited. Do you know Dane?
Yeah, Dane Jackson.
Who doesn't?
I love Dane.
He
Dane and
works for a
Rachel.
board game company, and he gave me a board game, or a little bit game, that was created by the Decemberist, which is called Illuminati.
Illuminati?
Kind of. Illuma something. The Decemberists made a board game, and
It's
it is
amazing.
a fun game. My plug, Illuminati.
Is it hard? Is it hard though? Is it hard to learn how to play? Is it pretty user friendly?
No, it's more of a card game.
Okay.
It's
I'm
about
looking
Illuminati, but it does.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
Is it the December's board game?
But either way, the Decemberists made a board game. We played
I'm
it
gonna
a
find
couple days
it.
ago because Dane gave it to me. Play board games. Board games are amazing. And the Decemberists made one, and we own it. It's a good game. Do you guys like board games? I like board games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I play, and I actually I haven't recently, but I play D&D too. Believe it or not, Ben, Nick, and I all were in a D&D group for years. I have a song. I have a song that we're playing at Splish Splash that is literally about our dungeon master.
That might
I
actually.
could never keep a campaign going. No more
hard.
than like 4
So,
sessions.
Chris, if I bring
And
the
that
game,
was-
you play it with me.
I could
And,
try. I
it's-
could try. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to learn it even better than I know it.
Seriously, bring it. That'd be fun. It'd be a fun time.
Can you remind me though? To bring
What's your favorite board game
to bring the board
outside of D&D?
When or where?
What's that? I'm sorry.
What's your favorite board game?
Favorite? Honestly,
It's
I
not
love
D&D.
Monopoly. I love Monopoly.
That's fucked up.
1 hour Monopoly.
That is awful. Monopoly's an awful.
1 hour Monopoly. I love it. I love it. I used to play a lot of Risk. Stratego is
Risk.
awesome. Stratego is a blast. That's a good one.
Dude, I bought.
You ever
Stratego.
played Betrayal at House on the Hill?
Ooh, I got that one.
Mm-mm.
That was a good game too.
That one's a lot of fun because
Except my
the
kid,
goal changes every time.
We played it, and my kid was actually in the wrong game in the book. Ruined the whole fucking
Ooh.
game. What about cribbage?
That'll
Chris? Have you played cribbage?
Yeah, I played. It's been a while, but I played. That's the one where you have the little pegs on the board. You got
Yes.
to move them. Yeah.
We played that
that's
with-
Sir Pegs a lot right there.
I knew-
Mexican Train. Mexican Train is a lot of fun. I play that.
Ooh,
I
I
used to play it
love
with my
Mexican
grandma.
Train.
Yep. Used to play Mexican
Okay, I'm
Train a lot
bringing
too.
all the games to Splish Splash. At least 4. Not
When-
all of them, but
I
When we were
think only because
younger,
he's skanking.
when we were younger, we had this game, and I want to say it was called Atmosphere, but I could be wrong. And it had a cassette tape, and you played it in, and you had this creepy. You kind of looked like Emperor Palpatine of Star Wars, and he would kind of command the game board, and you'd go around, and all of a sudden he'd like the screen would just have like flowing mist, and he'd go stop, and then he would like tell you
Yes.
what you had to do.
wait a minute.
Atmosphere,
We're gonna pause.
maybe.
We're gonna pause. Are you sure it wasn't this game?
No, it 100% is.
And then you
that.
had to write what you're afraid of at the end and put it in a little
Yes,
a
it was
little
called
cup.
Nightmare. It's right here. We played this recently.
I swear that's amazing. I thought it was called Atmosphere, but that's
So
yeah.
it's,
there
I
it
know
is.
it's blurry, but it's called Nightmare. It's a VHS tape.
And the guy would be like, "Stop!" And then he would like,
Yep, you would
"You're
stop.
gonna
and
go
he would tell you what to do.
tell the person next to you what your greatest fear
Yep.
is."
Yes. Do you want me to bring that game? Wait,
Are you bringing it
bring
to
the
Splish
VHS
Splash?
tape, maybe?
We're not bringing it.
No, it's seriously
We're
like
not playing it.
it's called. I actually played that game just a couple weeks ago. That's fucking amazing, Chris.
Yep, we used to play it as kids. We used to play it with our parents as kids.
And
It
he
was
would literally stop it, and then you would have to do whatever. And at the very end, you had to write down your biggest fear.
And it was a jump scare too, because like I said, you'd see like the TV screen would just be misty, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, "Blah!"
Yes. It'd be like,
shit your pants because
dude,
Emperor Palpatine is.
wait, let me see if I can find a picture of him. Wait, it is. Hold on, you're not going to see it very well, but do you see him?
Sure do.
That's him. This is
Sure
the
do.
fucking game, dude. Oh, that was a big moment in my life.
Have you ever heard of Jack in the Box?
The restaurant. The
Or
fast food
not the
chain.
restaurant.
Are you talking about
Jackbox.
Jackbox?
Yeah,
Jackbox.
we have it for our
Jackbox.
PS5. Yep. we have it for
Okay.
PS5. Yep.
Am I allowed to ask
uh,
a serious question?
Whoa, Nightmare, the board game was not a fucking serious question, Jess.
I mean, it was, but I just don't want to like have to end this without asking my
You
question.
don't want to. Oh, okay, fine. Wait, are you saying we're ending now, Jess?
No, but it's getting late, so I just
I
want to
can't-
make sure I get my shit in. That's all.
What's the
Not
question?
my shit.
What's your shit, Jess?
I want to talk
That was a
about.
no, but yes.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a fan page on Facebook for a certain band that somebody in this chat runs.
You know what? We weren't going to bring up Boy Detective. We're going to make this about dads on couches.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I want to know.
Okay, so Dorcas Malorcas Brigade. I love it, and I am excited about it. I will say this: it's not as big as I want it to be, and I know it's going to take time.
It can get bigger.
And I might have goofed because I made it private. But the reason I did that is I didn't want there to be a bunch of bots and garbage. I'm actually involved in a lot of Facebook groups, and what I found is there gets to a certain point where it's busy, but it's because every other thing is a bot. Every other thing is a fake person,
Yeah,
or it's people spamming, trying to sell stuff, or it's like, hey, we love the Boy Detective, but listen to our stuff instead.
I
So
get
like,
that. Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to keep like the core fans that really want to be connected. Because what's neat about Dorcas Malorcas Brigade, so Dorcas Malorcas Brigade is named after their first album. A lot of people don't know that, but their first album is called Dorcas Malorcas, and it is a Simpsons reference. And I love that name. So I was like, and I was in a band called 1 Inch Brigade, so Dorcas Malorcas Brigade just made sense to me. But the idea is, as it continues to grow, their band, specifically Benny, is willing to do like exclusive videos and exclusive pictures, and like I eventually want to get merchandise, but it's got to get bigger. I think actually I have it. It is right now we're sitting at 181 members, which isn't bad.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Let's get to 500. Let's get to 750. Let's get to $1,000, and then like as that keeps building, I'm gonna put more and do more. But
if you want to give like exclusive content and all that, I shouldn't be the one to speak because I'm like totally slacking on this.
You're
But have
totally
you thought
drunk.
of doing a Patreon?
I have not. And that honestly might be the route to go.
That's the direction we are going to take eventually. I just need to set it up. But like there's like different tiers of membership and like some kind of, not that you're trying to make money off it, but some monetary value to put into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's a wonderful idea, and anything I could do to support them and help them. That's
even
my whole
for your
point. That's
band,
my whole
I mean, I've seen like Bad Operation and some other bands are doing like exclusive content on Patreons. Like any band can do it because
Chris?
there's so many people who are just streaming music these days and not buying anything directly from a band. And if they are all about online and streaming stuff, they may be about signing up for something with exclusive content.
Absolutely, and that's a great
Eric's
point
raising his
too.
hand.
Can I have the T-shirt? Can I have the exclusive T-shirt for Splash, please?
You got to sign up for the Patreon. Coming soon. The Patreon coming soon.
I promise you right now, if and when the Dorcas Malorcas shirts come, and it'll be based off of the logo. It'll be because I like the checkered board, but as diamonds. That was kind of my idea, was to do it tilted. But I like that. Like when I get shirts made, I promise I will get a shirt for all three of you.
You should put it on the Patreon though, or something like that. Like, don't give it away for free to everyone.
Dude, he just
to us, yeah.
You three,
don't give us T-shirts. What the fuck?
You're
I didn't
plugging
say us. I said don't give it to everyone.
You are a ska podcast supporting a punk band. You're throwing us props. You're talking us up. It's the least I can do is get you a T-shirt. The least I can do to show my appreciation for you three wonderful people is get you a T-shirt. And not to mention, you are all members of Dorcas.
A T-shirt for a cheesesteak.
Oh my God, I want a cheesesteak so bad. So the real deal.
Did you know the guys went out for cheesesteaks and like
I did.
A couple people were like, I might cheat from the vegan thing. I won't say their names. They may not exist. But then they ended up having a vegan cheesesteak. I'm like, if you're in Philly, you got to do the right thing.
I went to Philly and had a cheesesteak.
I'm sure it was incredible. If they're incredible in Michigan, I can't even imagine what they're like there. I can't.
Chris, let's go on a road trip in November. You want to go with me to Philly?
Yeah.
Cheesesteaks, not cheesecakes.
I said fucking ass.
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesecakes and cheesesteaks. That could be a thing.
Oh, well, I will take you to the Italian bakery that I took Eric to. Do you remember the Italian bakery?
Yes, I do. And do you remember the pizza?
We'll have both.
Can we go to the pizza place too?
Yeah. And Chicky and Pete's where you got to wash your hands in the middle of the restaurant.
I've heard that's Chicky. I've heard of that.
Yes.
I've heard it's amazing. I have never been. I've heard
there.
it's amazing.
We will take you to all the
Rocky statue. You want to go to the Rocky statue, Chris?
Sure.
And walk up the steps. You can't run because I'm.
Oh, you're talking about getting strong now. That where Rocky like.
Yeah, I was thinking more Eye of the Tiger, but
like Eye of the Tiger shit, yes.
I thought that, but I think that's the song when he's doing it though.
Wait, if we bring
getting
you here,
strong now, I'm pretty
will
sure.
You do an Eye of the Tiger cover song if we bring you here?
Will you?
I'm not saying I'm getting put on the spot about a lot of things, but I'm getting put on the spot about a lot of things.
You're not. Think about all these things because it could be.
We tried to set the bar high at the beginning by asking who the evil twin was. So
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
you can
I did
bring
not
the
expect that for an
non-existent
opening
evil twin
question.
with you.
I like that it's at the point now where Punk Rock Ryan is in the dark. That's what's making me
I was
laugh every
thinking-
time it pans to him.
Because
It's
he's
like
in his
You can't even
car.
lights
see
off.
that he's wearing a hat now.
Wearing a hat.
Are you wearing clothing right now?
We're giving him good entertainment because he's like on a work job and at a hotel. So
With naked men in a hotel is what he told me.
he has naked men in his room.
I never said that.
I'm pretty sure. Everyone raise your hand if you think that he said that. Everybody has their hand raised.
That's
Even
just where
Ryan-
your mind went.
Even
Eric.
Ryan has his hand raised. at
That's
this point in
just
time.
where your mind went.
Eye
And
of the
Ryan's-
tiger.
Ryan's right now. It's weird.
You're just jealous. I know it.
Yeah. We're
All
jealous.
right, naked Ryan. So,
You said they were like 18, 19 years old. They're all
whoa! I don't need to know that about naked Ryan and his youngsters.
Yeah, I'm older than both of them combined.
Fuck, we are
Hey,
old.
how
I'm
old
just
are
to date myself.
How old are we all?
Dads
Yeah.
on couches,
I'm
man.
like, if I
Can we
can
talk
be
about the
there.
band?
The oldest person is Eric.
How old are you,
Oh,
Eric?
I've-
If you don't mind me asking.
What the fuck did this turn into?
I'm
Can
talking about
I
age here. Plus,
can I just
age
have
is
one
just a state of
moment?
mind. Right?
I'm 50. I'm 50.
He's 50, but do you want to hear my favorite part of
I'm
the
surprised
last
you do not
podcast?
look 50.
Oh, thank you.
Our last
Seriously.
podcast, Eric revealed that he was a preemie, and our guest said, I can tell that just by looking at you.
That wasn't very nice.
And it was
That wasn't
Janie
very
from Catch
friendly.
22, so it was like,
Oh, the Catch 22?
he Catch
Yes.
22.
Well,
Like,
I don't
like,
remember this.
like-
My
I
older girlfriend-
was
my-
editing today, and I heard that, and I was like, oh my God.
Ooh.
I was a preemie though, because my
And then
mother
Janice
smoked.
agreed. Janice was like, well, you ain't wrong. I was like,
I don't even know what any of this fucking means right now.
you'll hear
What
when I
is the look?
Catch 22 thing.
How does that make?
I don't know. You guys had a birthday a day apart, and you were like, you couldn't wait one more day. And then you were like, in all fairness, I'm a preemie. And he's like, I know. I could tell by looking at
Why is that funny? Every time you say that,
It's
Amanda,
over there rolling.
you. Me too.
okay, you said the last podcast was kind of crazy. This has to be close. This has to be up there.
Oh, have you
We've had
listened to
crying, we've had laughing, we've had Punk Rock Ryan in the dark, the gatekeeper hat. There's
We had
Uncle
in our
Ryan
last
was
episode, we
naked.
had naked pictures. We had people talking about genitals. We had a guy named DP.
I mean, this one, Punk Rock Ryan was watching porn, so that was weird.
I-
Remember?
porn and cats. Cats and
Yeah,
porn.
porn
What
and
was it
cats.
earlier?
See?
Porn and cats.
oh, that's right.
There's more on the internet than porn and cats.
There isn't though.
Like
'Cause
Scott.
that's what matters. So I could be wrong, and I feel like personally this might be a good time to close this up.
I mean,
Yeah. But I think we can still probably close it out whether we're interviewing a ska or a punk band. Because
We're talking porn and cats.
yeah.
because
Well,
the scene is any type of scene. It's
Don't
a
forget
punk
about the
scene, it's a
preemies.
ska scene. It's a hardcore scene. It's just a scene in general.
What?
I'm just telling you.
if you want to have a scene,
you got to
you
be
gotta
the
be
scene.
the scene.
You
And that's
can't-
amazing. Like I love that. That's
I created that, just so you know.
it was.
You did.
I know I saw it on I know I saw it on Facebook earlier. I
Yeah.
wasn't 100% sure who posted
That
that.
is Eric's creation. It was brilliant.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we close out with that every time.
That's the reason why we keep them around.
That and the fact that I'm a fucking preemie. Don't forget that I'm a preemie.
Eric, you want to know a
we
fun
can
fact?
make fun of him
Yes.
too.
I feel like of the three of you, you get picked on the most in that like threesome situation.
Probably.
In my family, even though I'm the older brother, I'm the one that gets made fun of all the time. I'm the easy target in my family with Nick and Ben. We do have an
That's
elder
really-
brother, by the
That's
way,
good
too.
to
but
know.
I
Eric
I
gets
get picked on
on.
all the time. I got made fun of a lot for this mustache. Like it's just how
Me
it is.
too. Jess, you good, girl?
I'm kidding.
You sure?
You
Go
know
ahead, go ahead and try to close this out, Jess. Come on.
Eric, I must ask you a question.
Can I ask a big favor? Can I ask a huge favor?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you're planning on closing up this, but can I just like real quick go through some thank yous? Is that okay?
Sure,
I just want to
go
make sure
for
I hit
it. And plug
everybody.
anything you want and tell everyone where to find you.
Please.
Because I think about like all the conversations that we had tonight, and like
Which was the
I love it was. I'm blown away. I did not expect the podcast to be this in depth, this deep, this funny. I mean, I loved it. I had a blast. And this is the first. I actually think this is the first time I've done a podcast for a band. I think maybe not, but for dads for sure. So like this is. I was really nervous. I was really nervous to do this. Yes, you popped the cherry. I was a virgin going into this, but so. I like that earlier. We did a shout out to the Van Ashes. Again, they're amazing people. I love that they do Splish. I love that they're so plugged into the scene. I love that they're constantly like hustling to find bands and people shows. We talked about the Jacksons. They're also a phenomenal couple. I know Dane just recently got linked with Punkerton Records, which is incredible. He's going to do great. I mean, his review. It's not really a podcast. What do you?
No, but Dane is great at what he does.
It's whatever.
The Bearded Gentleman.
He's amazing. Like
Scott
He's
Punk and
down with that one.
Scott Punk and Archon. Like that's amazing.
Let Chris talk.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're helping. It's totally good. Brandon Lewis of Punkerton Records. Cannot thank him enough. Awesome artwork. I love that he's helping us. Super kind guy. Believes in us. Awesome. I talked about Christopher H. Fogel for mastering our tracks. It was like an honor to have him, handle and work with and clean up our stuff. That's so cool. My band, like I wouldn't be here obviously if it wasn't for everybody else. And like I said, Nick and Mitch especially have been here since day one. This was a brainchild of the three of us. Yes, we've gone through some members, but at the end of the day, the three of us have stuck together. We've gotten closer over the past 2 years because of that. So and they are phenomenal musicians. They're phenomenal people. They're phenomenal parents. They're family. They're family. Like I said earlier, Mitch is basically my brother. Boy Detective has been rooting for us since day one. Benny has really helped us out a lot with finding shows and getting in connection with the right people and whatnot. So I've known the members of the Boy Detective for a long time. Nick Good and I go back a long ways. Just also all phenomenal people, phenomenally talented musicians. We talked about Michigan Ska, which is incredible. We talked about Philly Ska, both groups, amazing people. You guys are building this. You're building this phenomenal scene that people just don't get. It's you're there for each other. I'm reading about people talking about bad shit that's happening to them, and people are jumping in and like, it's okay, let's talk about it. Like, it's not just a music scene. Like, it's literally a family. Like, that's the best way to describe what you guys are doing. You three are phenomenal. Like I said, I have met all three of you personally. I love all three of you. I cannot thank you enough for having me on. This was an amazing experience. I'm really excited to hear it because, like, I'm so focused on not saying something stupid or the wrong thing that I'll be excited to like relax and be able to actually hear it and hear all the cool stuff that we talked about and stuff. It's just it's mind blowing. So just and like I said, we just got a new drummer. He's kicking butt. He's working so hard to get ready for these shows. I have a lot to be thankful for, and I wanted to make sure I had an opportunity to hit everybody. And if I miss somebody, I apologize because there's so many other people, fans, friends, people that believe in us that are trying to help us. So, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody.
And thank you for coming on.
For sure.
It's my honor. It's my pleasure.
We had the pleasure of having you on and appreciate everything you just said. And all those people are wonderful.
All the love.
Seriously,
Greatly appreciated.
We are one big family.
It's crazy. And there's other people that I can't even, like I said, there's other people I can't even think about right now that are amazing too. Jeff, Kayla, there's a ton. There's a bunch.
I kind of feel like we should be handing you a trophy right now after all those thank yous.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And let's
love
give it up
me.
for
You
kids.
really love me.
Let's literally give it up for the
I wouldn't
kids.
be here if I wasn't.
And the kids,
Yep.
we talked about the kids too earlier. We talked
Yeah.
about the kids that show up at the shows and they skank and they have fun and they wear the merchandise and they're on stage with the bands and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I had this, I think he had to have been like 12-year-old kid that was in a kilt that was chasing me around in the circle pit at camp, wielding a blown up balloon as a sword and battling me like it was Highlander. Like
It's amazing.
it was such an awesome experience. You know, there's a kid that was 4 to 40. There was a bunch of kids bouncing around about beach ball while you had some hardcore playing in the background. And I know we already did our camp episode and everything along those lines, but you don't see that in other scenes. You're not going to see that at a country show. You're not going to see that at a Saliva show or a Nickelback show or anything like that. This is our scene, and it is a family, and that's why we want to support it. So yeah, I'm just piggybacking off of what you just said, Chris.
I appreciate it.
It's a beautiful thing.
What you guys are doing is great. Please keep doing it.
Oh, we do it because we love it.
Yeah,
I've never seen people
that's fun.
plugged in. I'm honest, and like I said, I'm part of other Facebook groups. I've been part of other clubs. Like I have not seen anything like this before. And it's
Don't
like
don't make me cry again.
It's addictive. Like you want to be around.
I'm grateful to be a part of it. You know, it took me a long time to find my people, and apparently Scott Litsky needed to find his ska people. I did it through punk rock.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We've been talking for over 2 hours.
He might have
You
been
like
longer
it?
than the Matt Wixom episode.
Matt Wixon was like 4 hours. Let's not go there.
You got an hour and a half left in you, Chris?
I can talk.
We probably
But in defense, Matt has a lot to say though, and Matt has a lot of experience and a lot. Like I can't
that
even
is the
touch
best.
get close to. I can't even.
Cheers to Matt.
Cheers to Matt.
Cheers to Matt.
Come on.
All right.
So,
And all the Mats, because I just listened to the Chupacabra episode. That was
yeah. There's lots of Matts out there that are incredible.
Yeah.
I
Pay attention
became
to
a
the
Matt on that episode.
I think I did too. I think it was like Justice.
Matt said that I can be a Matt now.
I heard there's some exchanging of Mats too. Like some Mats were moving to
I'm a new Matt.
Maybe.
moving south.
new Matt.
Some Mats were moving north. I don't know. It was hard to keep tabs on everything that was going on. That was a
There's
pretty
a lot
good
of
episode,
that going on.
but this one, it's going to be a run for the money. We'll have to get a poll or something.
Thank you again. Everybody,
Okay.
please
Go for it.
follow Dads on Couches on all the social media sites. Follow them on Bandcamp. Look out for their new EP. It's coming out in just a few days. Actually, by the time I publish this, it's probably already out. So go find it, listen to
I
it.
mean, you could work hard and it could be out.
Listen to those lyrics. Don't cry like I did, or cry. I mean, it doesn't matter. Feel it. Just listen, feel it, and enjoy it because this music is made for people to feel.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Talented musicians with a lot of life experience and something to say.
And we're going to remind you that the one thing we always remind our fans and listeners is if you want to have a scene, you got to be the fucking scene. Get out there, go to a show, buy the merch, say hello to the band. They want to hear from their fans, and make sure you tip your bartenders well. They work hard. Just have a good time, be together, love one another. It's a really fucked up world we're living in right now, and that is an outlet for all of us and for you, and we should all come together and enjoy it while we can, because who knows what's coming tomorrow. Follow Dads on Couches, follow Skagazine. We're on almost every social media site. TikTok is a new thing for us. We're like posting videos there, so get over there. Instagram, Facebook. We're gonna have a
Twitter. Are we
Patreon
on the
coming
Twitter?
soon.
Twitter, are you on the Twitter?
No, fuck the Twitter.
What
We
about
are
the
not
Threads?
there.
The Threads? Are we on the Threads?
Oh, we're in Threads, and we're also on Blue Sky. I forget to post there a lot, but we're there.
What about on MySpace?
I wish we had MySpace again.
Your 50 is showing, Eric.
Where's
totally
Tom
wish
when you
we had-
really need him?
Look,
I had a MySpace too. I had a MySpace too.
Me
in defense.
too. If we had a MySpace today, it would be fucking fantastic. I'd be like
I
playing
learned-
with the coding every day, all
so
day.
maybe you should
I learned
stay with
HTML
MySpace.
for MySpace.
Right? Me too.
Yup.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us and keep doing the
Next
punk
time.
thing, keep doing the ska thing, keep loving one another and taking care of one another. That's all we got. Peace.
Love you
Work
guys.
together.
Thanks again. Don't take it away. It's the only thing I ever really love. Without it, I just don't know what I do. You can stack up all my other stuff and burn them to a crisp. Or I can hit a steamer trunk and drop it off a bridge. But this one thing I beg of you, whoa, oh, 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 don't take it away. Don't